Factuals.
I blow my mind each and every time with the shit I write. Just keep giving y'all sections of my life. That's all. Can't make this shit up. Ooh, I'm taking chances when I pull out of my driveway. Factuals. On the way to the money on the highway. Factuals. It feels different. Trust me, I know love. Right. I know you used to dealing with scrubs. Right. Not me though. Still the same Magneto. My Spanish homie veggies always magnifico. Shit, this my reinvented flow. Got her soaking up the panties cause of what I roll. Ralph Lauren, winter jacket, I don't care the quote. I just know I'm sauced down either way it goes. Listen, baby, purple, rain, zip lock. She's a rider and knows how to keep her lips locked. Life comes with more challenges than TikTok. Shit, everything backwards, worth the crisscross. This a canvas and I'm painting, split splash. In my fadeaway game like Raptors Chris Bosh. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, listen, baby. I'm cool as a freezer set to 0 below. My game chilly, penguins consider me bro. Stole one, in the rain. Nike pocket nights, I pocket twice the profits. I prophesized that I spoke to life. Factual. In Las Vegas, papered up with a taper cut. She shocked I beat the pussy up. My dick really tastes the slut. I'm on the money run, baby boo, the fuck's up. Your wig stiff as hell, so how the fuck you stuck up? Bitch. Don't correct the fool, why? Or he will hate you. Factual. Correct a wise man and he'll appreciate you. Factual. That shows growth from that person you were yesterday. Right. Work hard, play harder, what they always say. I'm Gucci, trying to turn my life into a movie. My chocolate bunny looking scrumptious in his two-piece. Niggas is characters, goofy. I'm staying sucker free, enjoying good sushi. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Yeah. You can play this loud on Adult Swim if you want to. It's quite fitting.
Yeah.
Feels good though.
Baby doll, don't worry. I'm coming back like I forgot something. I'm putting in that work for sure. Progress gon' speak for me. Pull up game is strong. A1 is for the books and your bars gon' never land. I'm slicing them, I'm Captain Hook. I take a shit on your latest creation. I earned to kill these beats, prepare producers cremation. My camp like Crystal Lake, no question that I'm Jason with the mask off. Went from eating top rhyming, now I'm top rhyming. Cruising with my baby, blasting, feel his hymen. Realigning the assignments in my mind that's in confinement. Release the lever, it's a go. With the shits, now can I kick? This flavor hella smooth. You don't even need Folgers, this what you'll wake up to. My up temples is comfy and feeling lovely. Keep that lame shit at the door, my nigga, or you won't make it through.
Baby, give me just a second. I'm gonna show you where we gon' go. You can count on me, cause I'm gonna get a scenario.
Black on black on black on black. It's what I'm rocking. And them tracks on tracks on tracks on tracks. It's what I'm dropping. Make sure I get my veggie intake properly. The right service of cabbage. I'm dope as fuck. The show is here. I'm up now. My eyes is open. I can see it's really clear. Adult swim it in that cookie. I'm a monster. I'm cooking like I'm hard and she gon' get my rocket launcher. I'm kicking it like Messi. Yo, baby doll just messy. At least I add a spark to a light. There go Leslie. Yo, rain short like Joe Pesci. Ain't no reason for testing me. Let us pray. Now you saying this nigga stepped us ahead of me? Goddamn, I'm just too good. These haters more like termites. They known for eating wood. My temples is comfy and feeling lovely. Keep that lame shit at the door, my nigga, like your lame ass
Baby,
should.
give me just a second, I'm gonna show you where we gon' go. You can count on me, cause I'm gonna get a scenario.
Facts, yo. I'm digging that.
Fresher than a motherfucker. Jiggy as I wanna be. I used to have them holes inside my sneaks, now I got plenty feet. Shit was really rough for a nigga, but I emerged from it now to go pissy. My Cuban links trying to take a leap. Driving real slow with no place to go. I'm lying, I'm getting to the money, nigga, for show. Like my champagne, baby girl, my gang code. Rockin' grandmama cons, damn right, I'm a pro. Yeah, it's me again. I hope you motherfuckers see that I'm the one. I just arrived, my presence gonna reign supreme. Snap that backwards, it reigns supreme. Yes, I know I look just like that nigga B.O.B. And I'm floating on a cloud like I'm Goku. Dropping unexpected shit just like a bird do. It's amazing how a nigga do a bunch of things right once I make a mistake. Niggas try to crucify you, I had to learn to find some inner peace. Keep channeling some energy within yourself. Motherfuck the negative vibrations. A plus charge is what you need. You pick and choose all of your battles and what to feed. Baby, please come fly with me. Something wrong with you if you think I'm your rivalry. Flow keeps going without an energizer battery. Life is ravishing.
Factuals.
Nike slides, super shorts, hella comfy on them. Purple veggies, reign supreme, I need my Apollonia. Windows down, driving slow, so they know it's me. Baby doll, shotgun, watch me bend this cone. I already know they hate it when I'm sliding through. You can see it all on their face, this ain't nothing new. Feeling so smooth, making moves, cooling with the crew. Pouring up and rolling up, out of water, love the view. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing. Seen it all before, I just act surprised. Alkaline water, chili cheese fries, a pocket. 1,000, I be sliding on them. Did my thing in Fukuoka, a little styling on fashion. Hennessy and Moet with a combination. Crack like we hit them streets from Ronald Reagan. Straight facts, I be writing, ain't no fabrication. Got my bitch planning us a dope vacation. Side a gallon, no shirt, my chest hairs out. Comfy, my tie sipping, cooling in my whereabouts. Are we gon' fuck right on this beach? It's all I care about. Pull your panties to the side and let a nigga weigh out. Come here, baby. One thing I don't do is the phony shit. Keep them bad vibes to yourself, cause I don't want this shit. Chanel cologne on my body, what you smelling, baby? I know it drives you crazy, you ain't gotta tell me, baby. I already know they hate it when I'm sliding through. You can see it all on their face, this ain't nothing new. Feeling so smooth, making moves, cooling with the crew. Pouring up and rolling up, out of water, love the view. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing. Money is the motivation, I like that about you, motherfucker.
while you out here playing. Get the bag, build on it, do your thing. Expand your mind and live a little while you maintain. Cool, calm and collected, my persona. When they see you doing good for self, that's when they own you. I just wanna see my niggas win, that's a vibe. If bullshit arise, that's when you go see me slide. I like that about you. You niggas way too sensitive. Pull your skirt down, fool, quit acting like a bitch. 1,000. I could tell you wasn't raised right. OGs gave you the game, you still grew up a lane. In and out of Tampa for the sunshine. The vegetation there is proper like it was the first time. I'm gonna do my thing, I won't play around. Tupac with the herringbone, love, I get around. Kush ups mixed in with the spliff ups. Hennessy, privilege is cold, it's inside my cup. Don't give a fuck, live your truth, the rest will follow. Live it up, do it big, like it's no tomorrow. I already know they hate it when I'm sliding through. You can see it all on their face, this ain't nothing new. Feeling so smooth, making moves, cooling with the crew. Pouring up and rolling up out of water, love the view. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Champagne for my campaign, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing. Player ass shit every day, bitch, I do my thing.
He. Good, man. How y'all feeling out there? Oh, so dope live. Oh, so dope. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Share the stream. Hit the subscribe button. Listen, y'all, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Listen, when I say salute the chat, I mean salute the chat. I appreciate all the support, y'all. And you know what's so funny? I've been waiting to have to be able to have an opportunity like this to be able to share my creative side with y'all the way I love to, and the fact that you all appreciate it, and you just and you just take your time and actually take what I'm giving y'all, and add value, and just appreciating it for what it is. It just means a lot. I appreciate y'all. This means a lot. Y'all don't have no idea. This means a whole hell of a lot, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, so dope live. Yes, yes, yes. My bad, y'all. Okay. Yeah. No, I gotta look at y'all. You know y'all gotta look and see who y'all talking to. Y'all know. Also dope live, baby. Listen, when I say I appreciate it all, the good with the bad, I mean I appreciate it all, the good with the bad. Um, Constructive criticism help, again, it just promotes growth. The people that speak against me and my platform, and critique things about me, I listen to y'all too. That's what makes me such a animal with this, because I'm able to take those same critiques and better myself to grow into an even more organic platform that I'm coming into now. So when I say I appreciate it all, I really mean I appreciate it all, from the chat to everybody that subscribed and that's watching all the content. I appreciate it all. Thank you. Salute to JMJ Show Channel. Salute to Meaty Riley. Salute to Redan, man. Salute to Crystal Williams. Appreciate you coming over. Salute to That Way Podcast, Factuals. You know, I got a great chat, and I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Even the people that come on over to, hear what I'm talking about, and even the people in the bushes and everything. Long as you're able to watch the content and be able to pull something from it, it all means a great deal to me. But y'all know why we are here. We are here to discuss, y'all see the title, Kwame Brown Talks Beefs and ESPN on Fearless with Jason Whitlock. Let's go. This is the 50th video, y'all. This is the 50th video. The beverage of choice, Simply Peach. It's the 50th video. It's a blessing. Salute, Redan. Thank you, brother. I just know I got a lot of work to do, and I'm my own worst critic. So like when I release videos and songs to you all, just know I listen to that particular song at least over 100 times, if not more. I do that because I want to make sure I give the best product to the consumer when they hear whatever it is that I'm putting out. Because my name is on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So being that my name is on that shit, I have to make sure I stand. If I'm standing behind my product, I want to stand behind the best product that I have to offer. So again, shouts out to everyone that enjoys the tunes that I provide. It's a pleasure. It really is. It's a stone cold pleasure. I noticed too, y'all. I didn't have my I didn't give us no cool tunes to vibe out with. So with further ado, Lakey inspired everybody. One of my favorite producers. I love his beats because they give me such a jazz feel. And if you all haven't noticed, I love instrumentation. By being with the beat selections that I use in most of my music. So I just if the beat can move me and to get me to pen, start pushing my pen, then it's a great beat to me. And Lakey Inspired is one of those producers that I hear a beat that he makes, and I instantly just start pushing my pen and just start writing things that just come to my head, as y'all can tell in the lyrics that I kick. Salute, Crystal. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, I try to be as versatile as I can with my music. One sound can and I understand that, the age we living in now, like you gotta be able to be versatile, because one sound that's here today, people gonna look for another sound tomorrow. So that's just like I try to go by when I, construct these tunes. But yeah, salute to the chat, man. Y'all are awesome. Yo, y'all are awesome, man. Like I fucks with each and every last one of y'all. And the support is just love. And salute to everybody that's catching the live stream right now. Wanted to do it at a good time. I figure everybody just at the house just chilling like myself and want to rock out with your boy. So I figure why not? We watch Kwame Brown, talk himself in the hole, but at the same time don't understand what it means to what I do. Always a pleasure to put that on display for you all. So without further ado, this is Fearless with Kwame Brown, Fearless with Jason Whitlock, featuring Kwame Brown. I'm gonna turn the music down, y'all.
Welcome and happy Friday. Welcome to Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I am Jason Whitlock. It is an awesome Friday. As I've told you all this week, Uncle Jimmy's doing well. He's recovering. I think he will visit us next week via Skype. As I told you yesterday, have an awesome show planned for us today. Kwame Brown is going to be in the house here on Fearless. There's going to be an explosion of masculinity on this show today.
Explosion of masculinity.
Kwame Brown's our guest. You guys know all the noise Kwame Brown made this past summer when he checked Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and set the internet on fire and has built a massive YouTube following. He's one of the most important new personalities we have in the media space, in the sports media space. Obviously, he was the...
And again, too, I want to say salute to Jason Whitlock and his show Fearless. This is from Jason Whitlock show Fearless on his YouTube channel. The show is titled Fearless and Jason Whitlock. So this is on his channel. So salute to Jason Whitlock.
Former #1 draft pick of the Washington Wizards when Michael Jordan was there and was labeled a bust and was ridiculed as a bust. But Kwame put some respect on his name and added some perspective to his career that was necessary and basically checked everyone from trying to make a joke out of him. So I can't wait to talk to Kwame Brown. You guys know I've been a supporter of Kwame ever since he exploded. And he's had a YouTube channel, I think, for several years, but he exploded in 2021, and I've been a supporter, and so it's good. I wanted to get my show up and rolling before I invited Kwame on and engage with him. So this will be an outstanding show, a collaboration. We'll see if the new Justice League, if we, I'm Batman, he's Superman, or I'm Superman, he's Batman. Anyway, I'm excited to have Kwame on. And so I want to set the table for me and Kwame's discussion, and I think why it's important. It's not quite, this is more of a bonfire than a fire starter. The fire is going to start once we bring Kwame into the show. I'm just going to lay the wood down, start rubbing some sticks together. This isn't quite a fire starter. I just want to set the table and the framework for why I think Kwame's important, why I think what Kwame's doing on his YouTube channel, I think it's called Bus Life, why I think it's important, and why I think there's synergy between what Kwame's doing and what I'm doing and what I see from other guys, Kevin Samuels, Boyce Watkins, and all the way to Kyrie Irving and Dave Chappelle. I think there's a synergy among men, and I think there's some energy among black men that's finally starting to buck up and push back and stand up and be real men. And the reason why Kwame's important because this has to happen in the sports space. Has to happen in the sports space. The sports space has been overtaken by the matriarchy and by a feminine energy. And that's why I call ESPN the Emasculated Sports Personalities Network. The Emasculated Sports Personalities Network.
How'd we get
And
to Kwame,
that
y'all?
network, ESP. Traditional male energy and point of view that I think is necessary if this country is going to survive. If we keep going down this emasculated role and keep letting all these punks drive all the conversation, America's done. So Kwame, welcome to Fearless. And I'm wondering.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Jason Whitlock said all that and then called up Kwame like Kwame is really, fitting that description of everything he just said. Yo, that's funny as fuck. Oh, I already know what kind of interview this is. Oh, I love it, y'all, because this is proving everything that I've said already. This is proving everything I've said already. I love it. Oh, I love it. Let's go.
And we'll start here, Kwame. When you put Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson in check, did you think it would lead to all of this? Did you?
And it's funny, Jason Whitlock keeps saying in check. Kwame didn't put them in check. They offered Kwame to fade. Kwame declined because he felt like he said he was going to get set up and continued to talk shit on the internet. So he didn't put anybody in check because he didn't go see these guys in person, and he's the one with the issue. So again, I already know what particular interview this is about to be. And he already said at the beginning of this interview, Jason Whitlock, that he's a supporter of Kwame Brown. So it's safe to say that they've already had a conversation about the type of questions that's going to be asked and said on this particular interview. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see another one of those hand-picked Kwame Brown interviews. He's not going to answer no real questions on this interview. I can guarantee it, y'all. Salute Crystal Williams. Yes, like this is exactly what is about to happen. We're going to watch another interview where Kwame Brown gets to spin whatever narrative about himself that he gets to spin by the questions that's going to be asked. So let's go.
You think like, oh, I'm about to really impact the culture?
Absolutely not. It just seems like I think a lot of the stuff that I've been saying, men speak like that anyway. We just have to hide in the closet or in the barbershop. No pun intended with the whole closet thing, but men have been speaking like that for forever. It's just now is so hypersensitive that we only have, safe spaces that you can.
Yeah, but the thing is, Kwame, you're the one that's hypersensitive because of you is the reason that we're here in the first place. Hide in a closet, right, Redan? What does he mean by that? What are you talking about, Kwame? I don't have to hide in a closet. What I say, I stand on, and that's what's coming out of my mouth. I don't understand what you mean by hide in a closet or don't have a voice, and the only time we could talk is the barbershop. Men say what they mean and mean what they say.
Talk like a man. And so I think, by me talking and it just exposing the difference between a true man and a man who speaks in a way that's disrespectful, that you would not speak to a man to his face without conflict. I think.
Well, he always makes sure he say that. He always makes sure, like, to Kwame, that makes a man like weak. Like he feel like that's what make a man. If the man able to say what he's saying to a man's face, if he don't say it to a man's face, that man is weak. And if a man talks shit to another man from afar, that's to him, he's saying that's weak. especially if they're saying things that they wouldn't say to another man in a to another man's face. This is Kwame's logic, but we're talking about the same guy that does lives just about every day, that don't cam up, barely cams up. I mean, he cam up every now and again. Just depends on the situation. He's situational. Kwame is situational. It just depends on his situation. But he don't cam up. And he's talking about what he says, and he won't say it to men's face. Kwame didn't pull up on anybody that he said he had an issue with. They offered him to smoke. Kwame declined. So by his logic, he's talking about himself, because you're saying a lot of things about a lot of men that you wouldn't say to their face. Again, Kwame, it's already been on record that you used to sit in the back of the team bus, don't talk to nobody, was a loner. So a lot of the stuff that you're saying on this internet, you wasn't saying to a lot of those guys' face. That's why everybody is kind of like letting you say your things and talk, because they know what kind of guy you are. You like to play a lot of police games, a lot of internet games. Like I've been saying in majority of my videos, you play a lot of police games. A ratatouille motherfucker. Just like Carsino, just like DMD, like all them, like y'all play a lot of police games. And nobody got time for all these motherfucking games. Like take one little word and like blow it out of proportion. That's goofy, doofy shit. Don't nobody do no shit like that, man. And you say I'm a man and a man shit every other chance you get, but you conduct yourself like a boy. The way you operate, my man.
I think people saw the difference and they gravitated towards me.
So when this happened and you got all of this attention, what was your reaction? How did you transition? Like, whoa, there's an opportunity here. Obviously, you've been doing a YouTube channel before that, but what were those first days and weeks like when you became a YouTube star and it became quite clear that you had created a voice and a space for Kwame Brown to be heard?
Well, the first week, like I said, I pretty much took it as business as usual. I didn't like once it started going into the second and third week, when Charlemagne the God and Jamel Hill and some of the people start saying language that I knew that as a black man could paint a picture of you that others that may not have known you or never met you on that type of level could cause a negative effect in real life. Using words like violence, painting a picture of my family and my father and telling me things that I did not know. That's when I knew I was on to something. I'm like, you know what, this is getting a little scary. You know, it started off by me trying to check two peers of mine in a sports world that they are supposed to understand on the same level as I understand it, and that you don't stop another man's earn. I haven't played basketball in over 20 years. 10 years and 10 plus years. And so for me to be able to walk around this earth and you still bring my name up in a negative light, I'm a hero to some kids. I'm a mentor to certain kids.
Well, why is you lying, boy? You a hero where? Mentor where? When you up here on YouTube documenting your life every day. Stop lying, boy. We see you. We see what you do every day. But I gotta remember, this was all part of your game. Because again, this was a year ago, but it's so crazy, again, like I said, how this shit still even applies to right now. Listen to what you're saying. Like I said, Kwame, you said that Gilbert and all these other celebrities in the industry was script reading bitches. But every fucking interview I done fucking played of yours, my nigga, you've been a script reading bitch by your logic. Not disrespecting you, calling you one, but by your logic, this is what script reading bitches do. I done played 2 or 3 interviews already of yours where you've said the same exact thing. I can almost tell you exactly what I'm going to hear in a Kwame Brown handpick interview. You're gonna always talk about what a man should do. You're gonna always talk some black and white shit. You're always gonna say the phrase how a black man has so much anger for another black man, but don't have that much anger for a white man, a white boy. And you're gonna say that you want black men to respect you like they respect them white boys. That's a Kwame Brown interview. But again, I'm going through this interview just to prove to you and document it. Because I know you're gonna watch this video, and I want you to actually sit and watch this and listen to yourself talk. While of course I narrate this bullshit and tell you your errors and where you fucked up. Get it? Let's do it, man.
And you have those kids keep hearing stuff that you think about me as an opinion, that can kind of sway the narrative and in today's world, make that kid think that a person like myself doesn't have any validity, which I absolutely do.
And that's where my defense of you really started and my understanding of what you were doing. Because you talk about kids, I'm thinking about your own kids. And I'm thinking like, this man is saying, hey, look, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Stephen A. Smith, y'all think y'all just talking about me, but you're actually talking about the father of these kids who could actually hear these comments and look at their daddy like, oh, you're a laughing stock. And so I was like, I completely understood where Kwame was like, no, y'all got to cut this out. When I was playing basketball and y'all want to talk about me on the court, but now that I've transitioned into a father.
It was never about that in the first place. And see, this is what I mean by this was a hand-picked interview. Kwame went viral for being messy. What Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson did in no way, shape, form, or fashion would have put a bad light on Kwame Brown's brand at all. This is Kwame being hypersensitive, hyper emotional, and not being able to digest situations, period. You know, you was in the NBA, you didn't have you had you was in the NBA for 13 years, and in your career you've averaged 6 points. You know that. Where's the lie? You've been trying to combat and go back and forth with all these people that's been around you, I'm sure, in the NBA world or the professional sports world that's been around you. And you're trying to discredit them when they all have the same story. So that means it's you, bruh. I just don't understand you. You doing all this for what? Again, you trying to rewrite your own history, but we have the internet where people can just Google what you did.
Father, a provider, someone in my community, and just for y'all to get some cheap laughs or giggles off, that's what I respected. I saw a father standing up.
Right. So what can you do as a black man to get respect? If you're saying that me making history and me providing for my family, me making it to the 1%, 501 people per year come to take my job. I'm always securing one for over a decade. What can you do as a black man for society to look at you as a man? Without, it's never seems to be good enough. You have to be the best of the best. To be good enough, you have to be.
You do have to be the best of the best, my man. You in the NBA. Did you miss the memo? You do have to be the best. You the #1 draft pick. That means you are the best. You have to stand on that. That's what it means to be a man in America, standing on what you believe in and your skills. Point blank, period. So I'm not understanding what you're saying right now, bruh. Like, again, you just talking just to be talking. I don't understand this guy. This guy is a piece of work, man, and unbelievable, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Right, Bill Walton was the number one. Right, salute Redan. Bill Walton was the first was the number one draft pick, 1 MVP and 2 championships. Right. Like, when you're the number one draft pick, you're even set at a higher standard because you're at the top of the draft class. Like, you are the prospect that everybody wants. That's why you're number one. Like, that's why you shot up. And again, you didn't even realize the fortunate position you was in that year in particular, where you had your value had shot up. You was young, you was athletic. They seen that they had saw a talent in you that they figured they can use. But you ain't had no work ethic.
LeBron or this elite group. So what does that say to the football coach who's helping train these athletes, who's helped sending kids to college, who's a good man, who's a good father? Like, what is he on the spectrum if a number one draft pick, if you're going to just hold him to a game his entire life, like nothing about his life is good because your opinion of his basketball skills were subpar or below par? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, being the number one draft pick, throws off people's expectations, and really, the other thing that shook me or surprised me was, like, I'm a pretty good sports journalist, think I follow everything really closely, but until you stood up in May, I really hadn't properly analyzed your career and what happened. And so you put some perspective on, like, where the Wizards were at that time, how Jordan wanted to win immediately and had no real interest in developing an 18 or 19-year-old kid at that time. That, I don't know why that never clicked in my head in real time when this was going on, but and that's what I was disappointed.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I don't like that narrative as well. Like, Jordan selected Kwame Brown with the intention of him being the greatest player, because he figured he's the greatest player in the draft. So why would Jordan just draft him just to not want to do anything with him? He saw potential in Kwame Brown. He saw a young, athletic forward that he believed that he could take and mold into a great player. Kwame just didn't have the work ethic. So for Kwame to spin this narrative and lie and make it seem like Jordan just didn't have no intentions on making him better, I don't fuss with that. That's the bullshit I don't fuck with. That shit isn't genuine, and I can't fuck with no shit like that. You the number one draft pick. Of course you have to be the best. You number one. It's people that want your spot, but have to settle for where they fall at in the draft. You have to be the best. What are you talking about? This dude just say anything. Cache, what's shaking, love? Appreciate you stopping in on me. I hope all's is good on your end. Appreciate you, love. But yeah, Kwame, you're just unbelievable, man. You're number one draft pick, and you was a number one draft pick for a reason. You just sound weak right here, man. Gil was in your same draft, and look how Gil's career went. when you clown him about living in a gym. Yeah, he lived in a gym and honed his skills. Just getting to the NBA wasn't enough for him. He still had the hunger and drive that you didn't. You got that money, you blew it, and you didn't take your craft serious. And now this right here is all the result of that, my man. What don't you get about any of this? The people on YouTube, well, I'll just speak for myself. I make these videos and document this shit because these are things that I would love for you to go back and watch again. Because you watch a lot of things. You say you watch a lot of things with your name in it. So, since you won't answer real questions on interviews, I'm going to document the things that need to be directed to you and when I do these breakdowns. Because I know you handpicking these interviews. No problem, Cache.
With from Steven Jackson to Matt Barnes to Stephen A. Smith, y'all supposed to understand the game. Y'all follow it very, very closely. Two of these guys played in the NBA. Why couldn't they put those pieces together? You had to put the pieces together for everybody else, but that's, and again, I'm not trying to tee you up to take any shots at Michael Jordan or what, because the past is the past, but you were put in a very tough spot in Washington because of where Jordan was at that time in his career and how he wanted to win right now.
Yeah, I mean, and I tell people all the time, I forgave him for it. That's why I never really talk bad about him because, like I said, he gave my family.
You forgave him for it? Like, Mike ain't do shit to you. What did he do to you? Besides pick your motherfucking ass up in the first draft. I mean, and make you #1 pick in the 2001 draft. Like, and then you gonna say, and gave me an opportunity and look out for my friend. Yeah, that's what he did. So forgive him for what when he did nothing but changed your life. You just didn't hold up your end of the bargain when you told him I would not let you down, Kwame. So if anybody should forgive anybody, Jordan should hopefully forgive you, but he don't even talk about you. You sitting up here saying you forget somebody. How can you forgive Mike when he did nothing but change your life around? Damn, this dude just love burning bridges, man.
Not really gave, but I had an opportunity to play ball based on my talent. But me being around Michael and just me being around, I've been around a lot of great players. And to be that good, you have to be a little bit selfish. And so MJ is one of those guys that, you know, people are.
What the fuck is this boy talking about? To be that good, you got to be selfish. What? No, to be that good, yes, you got to get on your grind, get on your shit. Work ethic. Getting up off your ass, running. Getting the right meal preps. Going over plays with coach. Working on your weaknesses and turning them into strengths. You're in the NBA now. This is a whole different ball game. You are on a professional level. Again, you just sitting in here not taking accountability, man. And it's showing. It's crazy how you can watch these same interviews and you say the same stuff and walk away from the interview like you actually did something. It's got to be a mental block there, bro.
Afraid of. They're not going to go against. They know what happened to me in Washington. All the reporters. That's why when I finally came out and said something, everybody kind of was mum is the word. There's not been one reporter that came and challenged me on anything I said because they already knew the answer to it, and they still know the answer to it. But MJ is still and forever going to be rooted into the sports world. And even reporters now, if you say the wrong thing, you probably could be out of a job. So I understood early on, that I was being used as like a pawn because so many players came out of high school, and that was damaging the college's bottom line. For players to go to colleges, that's like me, when I was going to go to the University of Florida, it was going to be me, David Lee, and James White, where you got 3 McDonald's All-American, and then you had.
This nigga sounds so fucking crazy though, man. They used him because players was coming out of high school. No, you almost fucked it up for players out of high school, bruh. Look at all the successful players that came out of high school. Salute Redan. He said, in a league full of stars, Kobe, Allen Iverson, KG, Shaq, a young LeBron James, Vince Carter, Dirk. Gil ran the league for 3 years on a bum team he took to the playoffs. Right. The work ethic, it spoke volumes. That's why when I hear this guy right here talk, I just can't believe my ears and what he's saying. This is totally unbelievable. Like, what are you saying right now, my guy? That shit sounds utterly ridiculous. Tracy McGrady came out of high school. Kobe. Kevin Garnett. LeBron James. That's why you don't like LeBron. He's everything you should have been.
Anthony Roberson coming in the next year, and then you had, I think you had Mike Miller was still there. He was going to be there when I got there my freshman year, and Teddy Dupay. So you're talking about having 5 or 6 McDonald's All-Americans on one campus on one team. That's a lot of money. I keep telling people this thing is about money. And us black folks, we haven't wake up and smelled the coffee yet. We keep taking our talent and making other people enriched. And when you don't play by the rules, you get the treatment of Kwame Brown. If you go back and watch any game I played, whether it be year 3, year 4, or year 8, when I'm playing well, if you listen to the commentating, all they keep going back to is that I was the #1 draft pick. There's one game I got 28 points, 13 rebounds in Miami, and they're still talking about me being the #1 draft pick. They're never talking about what I'm doing now, and they never look at the analytics to say, man, when this guy plays 30 minutes a game, he's on pace with every.
And see what's so crazy about Kwame Brown is that he'll name a game where he actually did have a great night, but it's only a handful of those, bruh. Your average for your career was 6 points. That means you had more 6-point nights than 20 plus nights, my boy. What are we saying right now? Yes, you probably went crazy a few games. Out of the 13 years, I'm sure you did. But my God, you averaged 6 points. Yeah, all they were talking about was me being a first-round draft pick instead of me scoring 28 points and 13 rebounds. Yeah, they're going to refer and reference that because you were the #1 draft pick, just like how you make sure you come on YouTube and let us know that you're #1 draft pick. What's wrong with this guy?
All top 10 guys in the league at his position. They never looked at that. They just looked at he was the #1 draft pick. Michael said he was a bust. Michael said he had small hands, and that's been the narrative ever since.
So, big picture,
So is he saying Michael Jordan was the first one to say he a bust? This dude, man. This dude said he had small hands. He said Michael basically said all that about him, and we all ran with the narrative just because Michael said it. Oh my God, man.
I mean, what your YouTube channel and what you're trying to do in the media space, what's your purpose? What's your message? What do you want your viewers, your audience to glean from Kwame Brown?
I want black folks to stop negotiating from their neighborhoods and where they're from and all their shortcomings. They make us look at our position as it's just an opportunity of a lifetime. We're doing you a favor. No.
That's what you do, Kwame. That's what you do, Kwame. Aren't you the same person that just had George Macon on your platform? Y'all supposed to be building, but you too busy worrying about how he's saying something instead of what he's saying, because you're so emotional, worrying about the man's shortcomings, and then you kick him off his panel. See how it's so easy to compare all this stuff to what you're saying right now, and then you address black folks. Kwame, why you have such disdain for black folks? It's quite obvious you don't like the skin you wear, my boy. Look how you reference the people that share the same reflection as you, boy. Black folk. That's a big country bumpkin ass motherfucker. This dude is, oh my God, man.
Look at the numbers of how many of us blacks are in the sports world. We are dominating the sports world. We're dominating a lot of different spaces. We're just not owning anything. So
Right. He calls us niggas and tells us that we won't do that. We won't talk like that to no white boys.
I believe Master P and his sons can start a domino effect. And shout out to the Millers. They're going to force people to go down and watch this young kid play. They're going to...
I don't understand why you even mentioning Master P. Trying to tie yourself in with that. And that's why Master P ain't reached back out to you. Like, why are you even mentioning Master P? And this the same dude that sat right here in another interview and said that people need to stop looking to celebrities to do stuff. God damn, Kwame. And he up here talking about Master P and his sons and what they need to do, what they need to do so they could cause a domino effect in the black community. This boy. You're a piece of work, my guy. Fuck wrong with you, boy. Box of rocks, boy.
They're going to, right away, cash is going to be going to this HBCUs and sponsorships. And that's what more and more of these top athletes.
Look, y'all, he talking about them sports. Look, y'all, this dude is a scam. He keep hollering about HBCUs. Come on, y'all. Wasn't it just like last month he was asking his subscribers and people that watch him to donate to HBCUs so they can get nicer facilities and put nicer equipment in there for their athletes because he got so inspired by what Deion Sanders is doing. Listen to what he's saying, y'all. This dude is a script reading ass, like he said. He's letting us know. He keep hollering HBCUs, but he not saying what he doing. He gonna do. He always referencing another celebrity and what they need to do to push the needle forward for the black community, and then gonna turn back around in another interview and say that people need to stop looking to celebrities to change the community. What is he talking about right now? This is a double talking motherfucker. And how can anybody be upset at this kind of shit when This is documentation right here. And all I can do is just simply look at what I see and hear what I see and interpret it the way that it comes to me.
Need to do. They need to take some of that power back by going to some of these black schools so you don't have to beg for money. They'll get the big deals, they'll get the network deals because there's no choice. We're coming to see the talent. And that will swing our negotiating position a little bit better. So we're not talking about, like Allen Iverson. I always talk about Allen Iverson. I have friends that I grew up with that they were on a path of a life of crime. But because they watched Allen Iverson play basketball, they put guns down, they put the bad behavior that they was doing away because they looked at AI because he looked like them. He had the tattoos, he had the sleeve, he had the braids. They was like, well, if he can make it, then I can make it. And it's that belief in that ideal that's all sometimes kids can hold on to. So we have to stop allowing the media to change the image of the kids that look like us. Do I agree with everything that AI did? Absolutely not. You can't agree with everything any man does or any human does. But at the end of the day, he represented and he looked like a real normal black male.
Oh, y'all hear this dude talk, man. And AI from VA, man, he a legend here in Virginia, y'all. Yeah, AI is a legend here in Virginia. Like, we got mad love for AI here. He's a GOAT, definitely the GOAT. Him, Michael Vick, Missy Elliott, Pharrell Williams, the Neptunes, Chad Hugo, Shay, NERD, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Timberland, Magoo. Who else we got out here that's legendary? Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley discovered Pharrell, discovered the Neptunes. Mad Skills. Pusha T. The Clips. Just to name a few. So Allen Iverson is definitely a GOAT out here, and I know Allen Iverson from being out here that he got some, you know, he got that ism because he's from here. It's a whole different, you know, situation, you know, from being from Virginia, and especially in certain parts of Virginia. And I know for Iverson to be around probably somebody named like Kwame, I know Iverson knew that Kwame's a little off, so he probably gives Kwame the benefit of the doubt. So I know probably something's off about this guy. AI definitely changed the game. AI revolutionized the game. Like, it's only a few players in NBA history that are. Hold on, y'all. How's the audio? Can y'all hear me good? How does it sound? I'm gonna go out and come back in. Yeah, my bad. Y'all just came in and came back out. I wanted to make sure the audios would go. We lit though. My bad, y'all. Let me adjust. Let me get the video back up. We're gonna really break this thing down. Salute, Michael Ben. What's good, brother? Yeah, but cause they actually said AI's first passion was football. Yeah, AI was a beast in high school. Like that motherfucker AI played quarterback. Like his footage, y'all can look at his footage on YouTube when he played football. That dude was nasty. Let me see if I can find a place where we was at, y'all. Shit, I don't even know where we was at.
Us black folks, we haven't wake up and smelled the coffee yet. We keep taking our talent and making other people enrich. And when you don't play by the rules, you
Always
In
talk.
the game, y'all follow it very, very closely. Two of these guys played in the NBA. Why couldn't they put those pieces together? You had to put the pieces together for everybody
Sorry,
else.
y'all.
But
I took it back a little bit.
That's and again, I don't want. I'm
going back to the comments right quick. I'm in the chat room. All right. Okay, Reed Dan. Appreciate you for letting me know that, bro. Michael Vick was out of this world, man. Like I said, we got some serious goats here in Virginia. And I appreciate every single last GOAT that's here. And it's amazing to just be from a place like this and say, you have people that represent your state so well, especially in the music game, how influential they are. And the sports world too. Very, very influential people. Alonzo Mourning's from here. Ronald Curry, Sweet Pea Whitaker's from here. Now that Keyshawn Davis, that's our new boxer now, new young boxer now. He's dope. I'm trying to think of everybody. Like it's just so many people we got here, y'all. That it's just a pleasure to just be saying from here, y'all. I appreciate everybody and salute to them, for putting VA on the map. I'm doing this. I'm trying to do the same thing. Make the state proud, make the city proud. The city where I'm from, make the state proud. VA, Salute Reed Dan. He said, honestly, I think Damn D don't fuck with Kwame like that. He sees how he turns on everybody. See, it's not a matter of who fuck with who. At the end of the day, their foundation's built off of, remember y'all, Kwame talked about foundation with George Macon, and he always said, and he was saying that something has to be built on foundation, which is totally correct, even though it had nothing to do with what they were speaking about. But foundation is definitely a thing, because you have to be built on something, point blank, period. You have to stand for something, and being that Kwame Brown and Damn D's relationship is built off of monetary gain, it's business. And Damn D understands that. He know he got to keep Kwame close enough that he can still, rake in whatever donations or whatever it is that, he's pulling in from the content he's creating off of just his name, and off Kwame's name, and everybody that was associated with Kwame. That's why Kwame let that situation with, Sister T and Damn D go on so long, because he was getting a piece of the pie off of Damn D. That's why he turned a blind eye, because him and Damn D was, splitting funds. I told you, these people talk behind the scenes, so. Yeah, when he brought up kids, Kwame was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And Kwame's so fucked up, he gonna use his kids for the sympathy card too. Michael being funny as hell. He talking about Jason Fatlock. Read Dan is definitely content. And we on YouTube, so when people be like, it's content, yeah, it's YouTube. Everything on YouTube is content. Boy, Kwame is a trip, boy. That boy crazy. So he said, yeah, they do, but Skinny ain't fucking with him. Who? Skinny ain't fucking with who? Damn D or Kwame?
I'm not trying to tee you up to take any shots at Michael Jordan
Kwame,
or what,
yeah,
because
Skinny don't
the
fuck with
past is
Kwame.
the past. But you were put in a very tough spot in Washington because of where Jordan was at that time in his career and how he wanted to win right now.
Yeah, I mean, and I tell people all the time, I forgave him for it. That's why I never really talk bad about him because, like I said, he gave my family.
I pulled it back some,
not
y'all,
really
my bad.
gave, but I had an opportunity to play ball based on my talent. Me being around Michael and just me being around, I've been around a lot of great players. And to be that good, you have to be a little bit selfish. And so MJ is one of those guys that, people are afraid of. They're not going to go against. They know what happened to me in Washington. All the reporters, that's why when I finally came out and said something, everybody kind of was mum is the word. There's not been one reporter that came and challenged me on anything I said because they already knew the answer to it. And they still know the answer to it. But MJ is still and forever going to be rooted into the sports world. And even reporters now, if you say the wrong thing, you probably could be out of a job. So I understood early on, that I was being used as like a pawn because so many players came out of high school, and that was damaging the college's bottom line. For players to go to colleges, that's like me, when I was going to go to the University of Florida, it was going to be me, David Lee, and James White, where you got 3 McDonald's All-American, and then you had Anthony Roberson coming in the next year, and then you had, I think you had Mike Miller was still there. He was going to be there when I got there my freshman year, and Teddy Dupay. So you're talking about having 5 or 6 McDonald's All-Americans on one campus, on one team. That's a lot of money. I keep telling people this thing is about money. And us black folks, we haven't wake up and smelled the coffee yet. We keep taking our talent and making other people enriched. And when you don't play by the rules, you get the treatment of Kwame Brown. If you go back and watch any game I played, whether it be year 3, year 4, or year 8, when I'm playing well, if you listen to the commentating, all they keep going back to is that I was the #1 draft pick. There's one game I got 28 points, 13 rebounds in Miami, and they're still talking about me being the #1 draft pick. They're never talking about what I'm doing now, and they never looked at the analytics to say, man, when this guy plays 30 minutes a game, he's on pace with every, all top 10 guys in the league at his position. They never looked at that. They just looked at he was the #1 draft pick. Michael said he was a bust. Michael said he had small hands, and that's been the narrative ever since.
Wow.
So, big picture, Kwame, what your YouTube channel and what you're trying to do in the media space, what's your purpose? What's your message? What do you want your viewers, your audience to glean from Kwame Brown?
I want black folks to stop negotiating from their neighborhood.
He asked this man about his audience, and he just proceeds to tell him what he want black folk to do, what black folk need to do. This is Kwame Brown's words, y'all. Listen to what this man is saying.
and where they're from and all their shortcomings. They make us look at our position as it's just an opportunity of a lifetime. We're doing you a favor. No, look at the numbers of how many of us blacks are in the sports world. We are dominating the sports world. We're dominating a lot of different spaces. We're just not owning anything. So I believe Master P and his sons
There he go, name
can start a
dropping.
domino effect. And shout out to the Millers. They're gonna force people to go down and watch this young kid play. They're gonna right away. Cash is gonna be going to this HBCUs and sponsorships, and that's what more and more of these top athletes need to do. They need to take some of that power back by going to some of these black schools, so you don't have to beg for money. They'll get the big deals. They'll get the network deals because there's no choice. We're coming to see the talent. And that will swing our negotiating position a little bit better. So we're not talking about, like Allen Iverson. I always talk about Allen Iverson. I have friends that I grew up with that they were on a path of a life of crime. But because they watched Allen Iverson play basketball, they put guns down, they put the bad behavior that they was doing away because they looked at AI because he looked like them. He had the tattoos, he had the sleeve, he had the braids. They was like, well, if he can make it, then I can make it. And it's that belief and that ideal that's all sometimes kids can hold on to. So we have to stop allowing the media to change the image of the kids that look like us. Do I agree with everything that AI did? Absolutely not. You can't agree with everything any man does or any human does. But at the end of the day, he represented and he looked like a real normal black male. And it's hard to find that in the media. It's hard to find that on TV, period now. Just a regular black man that you would go have a beer with.
What?
My take on that, Kwame, is one of the dangerous messages we've gotten into, in my view, is there's so much focus on allegedly what we can't do because of racism, and there's virtually no focus on what we can do if we put our mind to it. That's where, when I listen to your channel, that's what I hear underneath your message is like, hey, let's tell people what they can do, because if Kwame Brown can come out of his situation, how and again, you were blessed to be 6'11", and I get it, but there's still a lot of obstacles you had to overcome. And so there should just be more of a focus on.
See, that's the thing. People think it's just about height. I have cousins that's 7 foot. I have brothers that's 6'10", 6'11". Like you said, it's about decision making. It's about mindset and decision making.
Right.
They made mistakes that allowed me to look at their situation and say, you know what? There's no.
Yeah, he done threw the fam under the bus. I thought he was going somewhere with it for real, on some real shit. He done threw the family under the bus, talking about the mistakes they done made, but he don't never point out his mistakes. God damn, Kwame. You really just be using everybody's situation to justify your actions, but you the one that be making fucked up decisions. Damn, Kwame.
There's no rose petals at the end of that tunnel. I see where that's going to take me, so let me try something different. So you're absolutely right. People talk about where I'm from, my level of education. They talk about my father, but they won't talk about the perseverance and how I made it despite of all those negative things. Same way when they talk about Lamar Jackson. When we talk about black folks in general, we always seem to highlight what we think they can't do. This guy is like one of the number one quarterbacks who made history, who done things that other quarterbacks have not done. These so-called great quarterbacks, but we always talking about his in the pocket passing. It's always like we're never good enough. And I'm tired of black people accepting people.
Bro, you sound dumb as fuck right now, my boy. People fuck with Lamar Jackson, man. They don't just put him in a box of just his pocket passing. They fuck with his overall game as a quarterback, bruh. Like I said, Kwame, you just be saying anything, bro. You don't be on no real shit, man. You just go when them cameras turn on, you just go into public figure mode and saying all the things that you think people want to hear that you don't believe because you live your life another way. Going against the very thing that you speak about. I don't know, Kwame. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, man. You need help, bro. You need to seek some professional help, my boy. And Jason Whitlock really thinks that you... Jason Whitlock, this man is not okay. You should seek this man some professional help. Because what he's saying up here makes absolutely no fucking sense.
People telling them that they're not good enough when we do so many great things.
Kwame, what's your take? I see you a lot of times with an American flag on your hat, and that's another part of the messaging that I think has gotten out of hand from athletes is like, we're dumping on the country.
Let me look at these comments right quick. Right, okay. All right, let me go up, y'all. See what y'all said. Right, Redan. Salute, Redan. Forgave for what? Right. Michael Jordan on owe Kwame nothing. He changed the man's life around. Kwame owed Michael Jordan because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain. He let him down. He told Michael Jordan, I won't let you down. When you let him down, oh, Jason Whitlock got beef with Jack, Matt, and LeBron. Oh, that's why he don't mind what Kwame say. Sad, man. Salute Michael Ben. He would have been red-shirted for not meeting academic requirements, right? Because Kwame still got a mental block. Salute Redan, what's a real... No, Michael Ben said Kwame lie as usual. Salute to Redan, what's a real normal black male? My dad worked 12-hour shifts, no braids, no tattoos. Exactly. I work, man, listen, well, I got braids now, but years ago, I was doing 12s like a motherfucker. Shit take a toll on your body, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get them bills paid. Salute Michael Ben. Oh, he's talking to Redan. Salute Crystal. Yeah, it's crazy. Crystal Williams is crazy as hell. I can't believe this shit. Redan says Allen Iverson was a real man to himself. Allen did it his way. Exactly, because he held himself accountable and created a way. That Way Podcast says Kwame lost 66 million. Now he begging for cash apps and super chats. Right. Every other day, trying to make it seem like it's for the betterment, when really you just trying to get a float and scam people. This dude is a worse, man.
That, when you go look around the rest of the world, there's more opportunity for us here than any place else.
Right. I mean, I ask some of these athletes that you get them into a quiet space without the TV on and be like, okay, well, you got mad at me for having a flag on my YouTube, but why do you think so many people are coming here? And when you try to get them to explain that, it's the craziest answers you're ever going to hear. And it's like, this country has problems. Every country has problems, but for you to be a black man in America and with a high school diploma, I think LeBron just has a high school diploma as well. And you can accumulate millions of dollars and you can get you some property, and those same rights that are afforded to white men are now afforded to you. As long as you're a law-abiding citizen, I don't understand what the issue is. I mean, we had forefathers that died and fought for our rights, so we didn't have to fight so hard. So I'm not going to sit here and cry about and worry about things that I can't change. My mom used to always tell me, it don't matter. Just focus on what you can do. In every situation, I used to come back crying, Mama, they did this. Mama, he said that. It don't matter.
Kwame
Focus on what you can do.
Kwame telling y'all what he used to do when he was younger. And you know, when we were kids and your mama and you got in a fight or situation when you were kids, your mama always told you, don't bring your ass in here talking about what happened out there, because I'm going to beat you and bring you back out there. So handle your business and then come and tell me what happened after that. This dude, Kwame, boy.
What can you do to change the situation? What can you do to better your situation? And every time I analyze and I look at it like that, I usually find the answer despite, the frustration.
One of the things that I think inspires your point of view that's different from mine. I grew up in Indianapolis. My father owned a bar in the inner city, and so my kind of mentality of like, I'm gonna provide for myself, I'm gonna take care of myself, comes from, my father and what he accomplished. But I think part of where your mentality comes from is like, hey man, I got some property, I know how to farm, I can produce my own food, that I can survive regardless of what happens. Some of you Negroes wouldn't know how to plant a seed and produce your own food. That the good old boy and the...
Listen to how these guys talk in reference to black people, Negroes. Why are they referencing black people like this, y'all? This is unbelievable. If you just listen to the things people say out their mouth, yo.
Farmer or whatever, just I can take care of myself because I'm from the South, I was taught how to hunt and fish. All of that kind of contributes to your point of view and the masculinity that you show. Am I accurate about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was just raised by older men. Like, I'm not a Renaissance man. I don't know how to do everything, but I just know how to take care of myself. I mean, it's just, I was raised up with a loving mother, but she understood that with my father going to prison, that I also needed a man around. So I was raised with my uncles and the older gentleman that took me to work. He didn't allow me to make excuses. He didn't look at, I think a lot of times as adults, we look at kids' situations and we pacify them. And I don't think I'd be the man who I am today if he pacified and let my situation be a crutch or an excuse. When my brothers went to prison and it was just my mom and we were on welfare and I wanted to go out and get a job, he looked at me and he told me the honest truth. No one cares that your brothers are in jail. No one cares that your mother is by herself with the rest of you children. What are you going to do about it? You could be stupid and follow your brothers, or you can get up and go to work, which, it won't be the most money in the world, but at least, the things that come with a woman being by themselves, you would help her not have to deal with that. He told me and warned me about men coming around. He told me everything. And he was just honest with a 14-year-old. And right then and there, I made a decision. And I've been working since I was 14 years old. And just now that I'm 39, I learned how to work smarter and not harder, and just know what I need from life. And it's like, if you learn how to live with less, if you learn how to feed yourself, if you learn how to be more self-sufficient, then you don't need as much money.
Y'all hear this dude, y'all? He said a lot, y'all, didn't he? A lot of that ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Kwame just script. Kwame reads right off a script, y'all. Self-sufficient. We talking about the same guy that didn't know how to go grocery shopping or wash his and dry his own clothes. He had people doing that for him. The hell is Kwame talking about? This dude is crazy as hell, man. Y'all funny in the chat.
So some people are critical of, the tenor of your show. It's a bit more raw than what we're seeing from Kwame now.
Right, think about it. He's saying mama's cooking. I mean, he was eating home-cooked meals from mama's cooking. But he said a cheese line. You can't have it being a cheese line if you have mama's cooking.
I watch your show and see the rawness, but I go, there's no way this dude isn't really smart, because that rawness is laced with an intellect and a common sense that could only come from a really intelligent person who, if he can go down to the street corner and talk to the boys in the hood, and if he went and had to go talk to...
He said Kwame Brown is an intellect, y'all. The fuck is going on here? If Jason Whitlock think he an intellect, then shit, what am I? If Jason Whitlock think Kwame Brown is an intellect, shit.
Barack Obama or Donald Trump, he'd know how to handle that conversation as well. What do you say to the people that, like, your show is too raw, it's too profane, and there's too much beef with your show?
I would ask them, where have they been?
That's defining the show that he has right now, y'all. Y'all heard those things that he used to describe Kwame's show? That's what Kwame is doing right now. Beefs. Profane language.
Under a rock for the last 40 years?
Living under a rock.
Because my show represents reality and what you see outside. Most of the things I say is things that I either lived through or experienced or I actually see. When I quote a rap song, they don't like me using the...
Most of the things you say be a lie, bro. You don't be having no receipts. I don't even think you ever had a receipt for the things you say. You just be talking. Because it's free. Defaming niggas' characters. Putting allegations on people. Creating a real hostile environment on YouTube. So all this uplifting that you talking about right now, nah, that ain't it, bro.
The N-word, but then when I quote the lyrics of this rap song, it says sexy little B, sexy little H, let an N-word play in your throat.
My God.
Babies, I'm trying to bust all on you. Now here I am, a man with 4 daughters.
Y'all, this dude is like he reading from a script. How many interviews have I done so far where this nigga has said this same line, y'all? And he be on the nerve to call people script reading bitches. When I can literally pull up live streams of me watching his interviews and him saying the same shit. Kwame Brown, y'all.
So it's like, you're talking about the way that I speak, but listen to our music. Listen to who gets paid for what they're saying. I kill an N-word here, I kill an N-word there. They get the most money.
God.
So, don't try to censor certain people, but if you give them the label of a rapper and you get money off of them, then it's free game for them to say whatever. So I just don't get it.
Well,
we got Little Nas X. They'll send him to schools to make our kids like him, but then next thing you know, he's naked in a rap video, sliding down to the devil's you know what, and he'll be the third video up under baby videos. And so, but I'm the bad guy for pointing it out, or because I use profanity.
Well, what I think you have tapped into, and it's why I'm such a big supporter, is like, if we're gonna reach certain audiences and certain people, we have to engage them on a level that they understand and are attracted to. And then once we engage them, then we can expose them to a higher level of thinking, logic, a more strategic way of going about life. I think you're actually being very strategic. It's not something I can pull off. I can occasionally do it, but it's not something I can pull off. It's not the lane for me, but I see you creating an audience that eventually is like, okay, like Kwame, love what he's doing, but let me sample what Jason Whitlock does or what Boyce Watkins does. I see you opening doors for other people by getting down, getting your hands dirty, and talking to people on the level that they understand.
Right, and then that's the thing they don't get. Even I
No, he's talking on a level only he understands. Because once you display that you know how to put your words together, got good diction, and talking like you have sense to Kwame, he's going to think you're talking too fast because he's listening too slow. That's why if it don't align with how he think with anybody, he's upset because he think what he says is law, because he doesn't see nothing higher than what he's saying, which in all honesty, to think you know everything will always be your downfall. Salute Michael Ben. Fatlock hasn't called him since.
I have a white gentleman, blessed beyond belief, on YouTube. He follows my channel, and he's a Christian. He don't like the cursing at all, but he understands the bigger message. So what he does is he dissect what I'm saying, and he'll explain it to his audience in the way that they can receive it. And so that's what we all should do. On YouTube, a lot of these guys, they want to be known as the best thinker, the best everything. I realize I have a ceiling in how far I can go and how far I can communicate with people. So if you like Jason Whitlock and how witty he is and the way he break it down, let me come over to Jason Whitlock's page, have a conversation with him. Don't bring all the cursing, and let's have a conversation. And then now you can go take it to your audience and break it down the way that they understand it. And a lot of people don't do that, which it limits us all, because nowadays we all try to find a reason not to like someone. As soon as I said I'm going on Jason Whitlock's show, first thing they said was, oh man, he talked bad about LeVar Ball. What do you think about that? I'm like, he's a man, he has an opinion. Of course, I have a different reason for liking LeVar Ball, because I wish I had a man present when I was going through certain situations, and have a man come in and step in and say some of the stuff he was saying the way he was saying it, because I think that's a level of protection that a man brings. So I'm not the type of person that's we've all became too sensitive. They wanted me not to like you before I even came on your show because we have a difference of opinion. And to me, that makes us weak.
Well, and I'll say this and I would love to hear your expound on your thoughts on LeVar Ball, but I would ask anybody what have I said about LeVar Ball in the last year and a half? He transitioned. He's playing a completely different role, and I support it. And
right.
I tip my hat to him for.
Right. Salute Redan. Let's be honest. He's saying everyone in the NBA is media trained and have white boy tactics, but him. And he's the only one that's seem like he's reading off a script, using those same white boy tactics that he talk about to try to trick black men off their square, off their platform, trying to fuck up their money. Just play a lot of games. Yeah, I'm getting all the calls, y'all. Hold on, y'all. What's up, y'all? Let's check this audio again. Does it sound good? We good. Just a second. Let me double check to make sure this audio is good. Testing. Yeah, we good. I hear it. Yeah. Word. But yeah, this dude Kwame Brown's a piece of work. That white church guy stopped supporting Kwame. What white church guy? I don't even remember a white guy, church guy that was supporting Kwame. Kwame just a weirdo.
What he's done for his 3 sons, but now that he's faded to the back and letting his grown kids be in the spotlight and space, I haven't criticized LeVar Ball and really don't have a problem with him, and have told people, like, you got to give a man credit for strategy. And we don't, we just think, my mother, I'm gonna get down and talk how I occasionally talk. My mother always said there's certain guys that are tender dicks, and anything they stick their dick in, they fall in love with. They tender.
Yeah.
And what I give LeVar Ball credit for, and this is black men, we need to tap into this. Like, marry somebody who can help you produce the kids that you want. This man wanted some athletes. He wanted some tall athletes. So he went out and married a tall woman and had kids with her, found a woman that he knew was gonna be a hell of a mother for him. He was strategic. I'm not saying he doesn't love his wife, but I'm just saying you can apply some strategy.
Yo, is they really saying this on the show right here, y'all? This is an actual interview with Jason Whitlock saying this type stuff on this interview. That LeVar Ball messed with a tall woman to get caught. Like, it's no receipts or anything. Like, you can't really say that kind of stuff. Even though, okay, let's just say it happened that way, but how you know? Why you know he just ain't fall for her for who she is, not because the fact of something being hereditary is height and to have NBA ready children. Like, come on, man. What are you saying right now? This is weird right here. I ain't gonna lie. And Kwame's agreeing because, you know, Kwame don't know no better. Kwame messing.
You to it because that love thing and lust is gonna come and go. Do you have somebody that when your fruit is produced, are they going to tend to it, develop it the way you want it developed, and do they have the genetics to help you get exactly what you want? So I tip my hat to LeVar. The guy is very strategic and smart. I didn't like the way he handled Lonzo's first year in the league. He was too out front, but I got no complaints about LeVar Ball.
Shit, LeVar Ball to me get Father of the Year. He did everything he said he was going to do. He got all his sons in the NBA. Regardless of how we feel about how he had hands in their careers or whatever, you saw how he had Lonzo drafted. He said he was going to get drafted. He ended up getting drafted. Made everything come to fruition. So yeah, LeVar Ball definitely did his job. Him to fall back now and you know, let his sons be the men that they intend to be. That's what's supposed to naturally happen. But as a father, he was grinding and doing what he had to do. So shouts out to good fathers out there that fight for their children's future and believe in them as well. You know, he believed in his boys.
But I could care less that the man has been critical of me. But anyway, your thoughts on LeVar and why you like him?
But you have the right to think whatever you want to think. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to understand that two people can be friends with different thoughts, different beliefs, different everything. That's not the reason. Are you saying that people should be friends with people that say everything the same and think everything the same? Like, I just think that's the flaw in our society now. Like,
right, like that's the flaw in you, Kwame Brown. That's why you have this cult-like following. How people can't come to your channel and express their actual thoughts in your chat room without somebody timing them out or booting them out of your chat. Or when somebody hits your link, you're not listening to understand, you just hearing. You're listening to hear and respond. You're hearing what people are saying to respond instead of listening and understanding. So again, double talking once again, talking about yourself, not listening to people. You talking about people are entitled to have their own opinion. Okay, if that's the case, then why are you not listening to what people are saying about you and applying it? Constructive criticism. Not everybody's dissing you. Everybody just don't approve the things that you do because it doesn't align with what you're saying. That's why everybody has an issue. That's what you don't get.
I respect your thoughts on LeVar because that's your right to have them. I'm just saying from a young male perspective, a young black male perspective, not having that strong representation, I didn't even have a problem with the way that he came in so aggressive, only because anytime a black athlete does or says anything now, it's so heavily scrutinized. The white players come in and they get to go and learn and enjoy the game. Brian Scalabrine is called the White Mamba. Brian Cardinal made a lot of money and no one talks about it. So it's like they get to come in, they get to, better their families, have a good career, and then they're off. Us black players, the moment we're drafted, the moment we start getting attention in high school, it's all this expectation, it's all this hype, it's all this scrutinizing all the way till you're done and even after you're done. Almost to the point where they want to mess your name.
AKA Kwame couldn't handle the big lights. Being the #1 draft pick in his draft and actually hitting the NBA and not being able to, he basically cracked under pressure, y'all. That's what he's telling us. He couldn't live up to the hype, y'all. And this is just another example of that. Fucked up as it may sound, but Kwame Brown needs to really get some help. He's coming up with every excuse instead of what really happened, what he didn't do. It's been a lot of first rounders, even after him, that lived up to the hype. Kwame, you just didn't have that work ethic, dog.
Up to yourself and your community. And I just think it's time out for that. There's too many players that have gone through the NBA that after they're done, they can't even get a job because of the way these commentators talk about it.
So where does and we don't have to spend a lot of time on this if you're not interested, but I gotta ask, where does your conflict, beef, disagreement, tension stand with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson?
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I never looked at it as a beef.
All right. Before he answer this question and really get into it, I promise you he gonna throw a disrespectful name calling term out there on either Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes. What y'all think? Watch, y'all.
I was the only one acting like a real common, decent person. I tried to reach out to Steven Jackson. I don't know Matt Barnes. I don't know Matt Barnes from a hill of beans. All I know is that he was on the court a couple times. I played him, but I actually have hung out with Steven Jackson. We have mutual friends. We played on the same team. He's hung out with myself.
But y'all heard how he was talking about Steven Jackson earlier? Y'all heard how he was talking about Steven Jackson on the Beehive ATL interview earlier that I did? Now listen to what he's saying, y'all.
One of my baby mothers, he's taking her to the club. So it's like I thought we had a different rapport. I've come to his club, Cream Ultra Lounge. So I thought it was different. But, you know, with Jack today, with this newfound fame and this newfound activism, he wasn't talking like a man. He was talking like he was something different. And so I don't know where we stand. I mean, we don't have to stand nowhere. I just don't agree with these guys in the way that they speak toward.
We don't have to stand. We don't have to stand nowhere. This dude is a kid. This is a real kiddo, y'all. Kwame Brown is a kiddo.
Towards each other. We don't attack white people or white players the same way that they do for black players. And I think they get paid to do that. And I think they know they get paid to do that. So me and him can never be cool because he crossed the line from a manhood perspective that I would have never crossed with him. So I don't think me and him could ever be cool, but it don't never have to be a situation where it's a problem because I've never ran into Matt Barnes anywhere else. So I don't anticipate running into him anywhere, you know, period. So, but with Steven, you know, I just hope he really mature and wake up that, dog, it ain't about all this fame. It ain't about having the #1 show. It's about being a man. And I don't think he's focused on being a man. I think he's focused on being a celebrity. And I don't too much like celebrities.
I don't think he's focused on being a man. I think he's focused on being a celebrity. This dude is crazy, man. Well, Kwame just be talking, boy. Kwame want to be heard, y'all.
Well, that is where you and I agree in terms of I don't like elites and I don't like celebrities. Let me throw this by you as it relates to Steven Jackson, because I know Steven Jackson and have spent some time with him and like Steven Jackson. I agree with you that I think he's been in error in some ways and maybe a bit out over his skis as some kind of activist. I wish people were more comfortable following than leading a lot of times, because great leaders a lot of times are.
Damn, both of these dudes sitting up here speaking on Steven Jackson in this manner. This dude is a public figure just as much as Kwame Brown, if not have much more success. And this is Kwame Brown, and this is Jason Whitlock agreeing with Kwame Brown, but Steven Jackson and Kwame Brown's lives are completely different.
Are the best followers. But what I think I see in Steven Jackson is a man on a journey, an intellectual journey, like all of us. And so I'm reluctant to be hypercritical. If someone that close to me had been killed on video, I'm not sure how I would react or what kind of damage that would do to me psychologically. I had a cousin who I helped raise killed by the police in Indianapolis. Thank God I didn't see it. I heard about it, talked to people face to face that were there. He was tasered and electrocuted in the rain. I look at his picture every day. It sits in my house. But thank God it's not on tape. But I guess I'm just more patient because I do think that Steven's trying to practice the Muslim Islam faith, and I think he's trying to be a better person. He's just having to figure it out along the way because, like yourself, I'm not sure if he had the strongest father-parental relationship growing up as a young person, and so it's just a little bit of a longer process of him figuring things out.
But see, like I said, I really didn't know him off the court like that. Like I said, I thought we were something different, but obviously we wasn't because, I mean, I just didn't take too kindly to the. He's two different people. You got to be careful with guys like that because in front of people, he's all teeth and smiles. And then when you try to talk to him from a man-to-man basis, it's all arrogance. And I didn't really.
That sound like Kwame Brown. Sound like he telling us who he is. That sound like Kwame telling us exactly who he is. He talks with arrogance. You can't have a conversation with him, and he think he the best thing since sliced bread. Since he came to YouTube, and I'm saying since he came to YouTube, as far as you know, the reason why his subscriber count was the way it was, you know, the things he was saying. So basically, that's how he arrived to YouTube as that. But he just described himself, but put Steven Jackson in that description instead of pointing and holding himself accountable.
Respect that play in traffic line, because once you start manifesting death and talking like that.
See, Kwame don't see. This is what I fuck with. Kwame sitting up here trying to justify the way these men spoke to him, but he's the one that said something about these men' personal life and put out some shit all because they joked about his basketball game. So they say, yeah, we gonna get your ass. And he up here trying to make it seem like he ain't do nothing. It's that bullshit, man. Police
on
games.
a level, we all have people, you know, and that's what a lot of times these rappers and these young people do that make a lot of money. When you make a lot of money, you have to be very careful what you say and what you do because everybody around you is listening and watching. And you don't know what somebody around.
Right, Michael Ben, he just said he knew him. At the beginning of the interview, you act like you and Jack ain't had no kind of rapport at all.
You may think you want or may think you need, and they may go out and try to do that just so they can continue being around you. So when he said something about playing in traffic, I mean, I immediately told him, nah, I have my kids around me, man. I'm not on that type of time. But you introduced boxing and fighting. So that's one thing. And then you take it to talking about meeting in traffic. That's when I stay away from people like that. Because the moment you say stuff like that and someone kid get hurt or you hurt someone else and you don't know who they're connected to, you don't know what could happen. And it becomes a domino effect and you can destroy families like that. So men that can't be men and stand on what they say by themselves and they got a group with them, I too much really don't hang with men like that.
So Kwame, you don't fuck with yourself. Cause you a man that don't hang with himself and hang in groups. So you don't fuck with yourself. Cause since you got here, you've been in nothing but groups. Even in your real life, you got people around you. It was said in an article that you ain't never spent a night alone by yourself in that house you were staying in. That you asked another man to stay there with you. Cause your roommate moved out. And we sitting here listening to what you talk and saying these videos. The fuck is wrong with you? Gotta be something wrong with him, y'all.
Man, you got a wisdom beyond your years. You
got
just
a wisdom
preaching
beyond
to a
his
choir
years.
right now.
Kwame ain't said shit this whole time, and Jason, see, that's what I'm saying. That's how you could tell what kind of interview this is, bro. When motherfuckers say Kwame Brown supporter, you already know what fucking type of interview this shit about to be. This shit just like the Tasha K interview, the Doggy Diamonds interview, the viral hip hop interview, the Beehive ATL. No, I ain't gonna say that. Not the Beehive ATL, because they actually they knew Steven Jackson and they didn't accept no Steven Jackson slander, and Kwame ain't go there neither. And I was wrong. Kwame didn't have nothing disrespectful to say on the platform right here. So
now,
from what I was talking about last time.
It plays into the larger point I've been making pretty much all week. is that there's so much feminine energy in the sports world and with people in these media spaces that all they know to do is whine and complain and bitch and cry like a woman. Now, I'm sorry if that offends somebody, or they tap into the other emotion of, oh, I can get violent. And that's all they know about masculinity. And that's, I'm gonna go back to again why I think you're so important is you're actually, that masculinity actually manifests itself in a strategic, logical approach to life and standing on some real principles. That's again why I think you're so important. You're a representation of like, let's go ahead and play this chess.
Wow, Michael Ben, you said his roommate was his baby mama brother and he left because Kwame was cheating on his sister, right? Kwame got some shit with him, y'all. And he's sitting up here on this interview like he innocent.
This game and get out of this game of checkers because life and white folks are playing chess and many of you are playing checkers.
Right.
What?
And that's the thing, like he said that to me.
What the fuck are they talking about?
And
Yo, what the fuck are they talking about right now? The white folk is playing chess and y'all niggas is playing checkers. What the fuck are they talking about? This some goofy ass shit, man.
all this supposed to be starting over something that's supposed to have been a joke, and then now it manifests into something bigger, and then God forbid someone lose their life, and then what? Like, this is what you're supposed to be advocating against and preaching against. So masculinity is not who can beat someone in a fight. Is, okay, we can disagree, but the real man walk away unscathed.
Right, because every time Kwame get up here on this here camera, he always offering to fade and don't never pull up on nobody that he got an issue with, that he speak on.
From it, because what you saying is not going to affect my everyday life, because I'm a man and I built things around me that makes my life protected and comfortable, so that regardless of whether we disagree or not, it's not going to matter to me. So I don't have to have a bunch of friends with me to go protect me, because I understand I'm a man. So I'm not going to speak to you in a way, because as a man, I got to put myself out there, and I can win. Or
that's a lie. You sit up here on this damn YouTube every fucking day talking about men in very disrespectful ways. So you do put yourself in that position. You lying, bruh. You're not keeping it 100. You even putting allegations on people when shit ain't even true, all because you be in your feelings, bruh. Emotional.
I could lose, but that's what keeps me that level of respect for another man, that fear of losing, and that knowing, that conscious fact that I can lose. So I'm not out here walking around like I'm some protected chick because I got 5, 6 dudes that may or may not have guns. I'm by myself.
Yes, you are. You, like you said, like some unprotected chick. You are a protected chick, though, Kwame. You be making it sound like you be going to places by yourself, but you be hiring security, police. They already know about you. Stephen Jackson already said it.
All right, let's move on to Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
Where do things stand?
That shit ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Jason Whitlock won't even paying attention. What'd he do? But go right back to the beef.
And there between you and Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, I got about another 20 years to deal with Stephen A. Smith. I mean, I think Steve. I think he's a coward. I can't stand what he represents. He represents a male that's ignorant to the fact that, yes, you make money, but you're making money off of the backs of your own people. If he literally was not that animated, if he just talked analytics and he did not put players down the way that he does. And
listen to how Kwame suggesting what motherfuckers do. All right, y'all. I gotta get something to drink, yo. Yeah, Kwame sound like a broken record, y'all. This motherfucker is nuts. All right, y'all. Bear with me. I'm just gonna get something to drink. Salute Chicago Defense, cause this stuff is crazy, man. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Getting something to drink. That 2K server down right now. I feel like it's a better time to do it. Makes sense anyway. Baby, could you pour that for me? Oh, yeah. Thank you, baby. Kisses from my missus, I made it back. From a long journey, I made some racks. Fresh cut lemons in my lemonade. That goes well with that Hennessy, that's a fact. My game cold below freezing point, baby. Gonna need to wear fur for conversations with me. One spray, two sprays, get away from me. YSL cologne, that be the scent that got her digging me. They all clowns, they all jokes, baby, that's their purpose. If Ringling Brothers out of service, cool, they the circus. Everyone that you encounter, G, is not real. Just like every butt you smoke, it's not that Cali kill. Everybody got runt stuffed inside their blunts. If that's the case, then where that Reggie at that pack a punch, stupid. Do you listen or you just skim through it? My antifreeze frames some pics, I'm looking like some cooler. Flow like water, H2O fluid. I can show Bobby Boucher how the water whip to this music. Bet this, Jerome in the house pimping. I blew a box out, should get the benefits from limping. I write encryption with my vision, precision. Pen like a knife, a lyrical incision. Going back and forth, I maintain my sanity. Sip a few mimosas underneath a cool canopy. Mad at me, how can you be? Makes no sense. I love the fishbowl, but Sylvia could use tents. Nigga, chicken adobo with some apple juice. That shit a pocket, I ain't lying, fool, I'm convinced. They try to hold you back for getting one thing. What's meant for you was just for you, can't block my blessings. Feeling blessed while I'm wiping off my pinky rings. Peace shit, I move in the grand scheme of things. Nowadays I upgraded my life. I'm still the same stuff, I'm just improving my life. I stated it twice. For the ones in the back, you gotta grow, cause if you don't, then you ain't doing shit right. I still put out that energy that most of y'all feel. So if y'all feel it 9 times out of 10, then it's real. Life's good, I can't complain. But if I did, who would listen? That's all I'm saying. Yeah. All right, y'all, we back. Okay, we back, yo. Replenish the beverage. We back to listen to more malarkey from Kwame Brown.
say things like trade him for a box of cereal and get all loud like that, he wouldn't be as effective and he would no longer be needed. He's a guy who can say things that other people can't say, and they pay him to do that. In my opinion, he says things that white people wish they could say to black people. And he says it in a way that he gets a pass because he's black.
I'm going to say this. What my issue with Steven isn't that. I don't look. His job is to analyze and criticize. He's a critic, and so he's going to criticize the sports world.
So
What I don't like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why was he at colleges and high schools talking about a player 10 years after he was done playing?
And that's funny that Kwame said that, y'all, because I think that's coming up next. That's going to be my next live stream. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'll, put together artwork and put up a scheduled time when I want to do the live stream. But I like what Kwame just said.
I think you're talking about. He's talking about you.
Yes, I've yet to hear about him talking about any other player, white, black, or whomever else. It's just ironic to me that the first player drafted out of high school, number one, was a black man, and they sent a black man all the way down to high schools to tell them how bad of a guy, and then you don't want to be like that guy while he's making $4 million a year. I don't understand that.
So let me explain it to you, and again, it coincides with my point in terms of where my criticism of Stephen A. would come in. Look, you can't make the money that Stephen A. is making without climbing into bed with the NBA and Disney and the establishment. And so
Lord.
my problem with Stephen A. would be twofold. Is he's playing a character that's, I'm this outspoken, I'll say anything, I got no puppet strings attached to me, you just getting what I think. And no, you're not. You're getting what David Stern thinks and or thought, because in order to be that involved with the NBA, get the access, have a chance to be on the NBA Countdown show, which I think they're giving him now. You have to be a voice for the establishment and the power. Mm-hmm. And so he's not speaking any truth to power. He's punching down is what you're basically saying. And again, it's like, oh, you want to punch Kwame Brown? I never see you punch David Stern. And so if I saw you punching David Stern, if I saw you punching Michael Jordan, then I would perhaps be like, okay, you want to throw a punch at me? I get it. You're an equal opportunity punch thrower. But what you're saying is he's not. He punches down.
Kwame be setting up these interviews to be a victim, y'all. Whoever interviews him always asking him questions as if they seen it from his side and that he was wrongfully done. When Kwame did not have no work ethic. And it spoke for itself. His game spoke for itself when he got on that fucking court, y'all.
Targets that he's directed to punch at by the NBA, by the people at Disney and ESPN. And so therefore, you have a justifiable problem with him. I get it. The other part of my problem with him, and then I'd like for you to follow in and expound, is the self-importance and the unwillingness to admit when you're wrong. And again, we've had a conversation here today that I'm about to admit and say something that I did not intend to say. But you've brought me to a point of enlightenment in this conversation where I'm gonna say, you know what? I shouldn't have called Randy Moss, Randy with an I, in my column. I took a shot that was probably everything else I've said about Randy Moss this week, I'm 1,000% on board with. Shouldn't have done that to the dude's name. I was wrong for that. Randy, I apologize. I may issue, away from this show, I may issue another apology over social media or whatever and say, that's probably too far. That was too personal. Shouldn't have done it.
And see, I haven't watched but so many episodes of, Jason Whitlock. But it sounds like he says a lot of things that he don't mean for shock value, because I'm seeing that he's recanted a lot of statements that he's made. just in this interview. So I don't know. That's quite telling, y'all.
But
Character.
what I never see from Stephen A. Smith and a lot of these self-important people in the media, because they're so deluded by the amount of money they make.
And right, that's another thing. How can he criticize Michael Jordan when he played and became Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. Kwame did not play to his potential. These niggas crazy, but
How could they be wrong? I make $12 million a year and everybody loves me and blah, 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 blah. How could I be? You pointed out some things about what went on with you in the Washington Wizards, and Stephen A. Smith, instead of acknowledging, like, man, Jordan is the power, and he created a narrative about Kwame Brown that was perhaps a bit unfair. You know what? Let me back off my criticism of Kwame and say, you know what, I was wrong. Let me admit in this instance I was perhaps wrong, and there's some justification of what Kwame's doing. And that's why when the man went back at you and put together that 6-7 minute tape, whatever, on ESPN, again, punching down. I never seen.
oh my God, come on, man. Come on, Jason Whitlock. You're not being genuine right here. You know damn well Stephen A. Smith, even at the beginning of that video, said this gonna be the last time I address Kwame. That's because Kwame was saying all those disrespectful things about Stephen A. Smith and his character. Instead of addressing the man personally, could have came to studios and seen him. So to eat the Kwame, Stephen kept it basketball. I did a blog on this, y'all. Matter of fact, when y'all get a chance, for those that's watching the live stream now, get a chance, watch my blog with Stephen A. Jackson when I was explaining Stephen A. Jackson and Kwame Brown situation and how Stephen Jackson played the clips and stuff, and basically embarrassed Kwame and showed the real Kwame in the NBA. Not punching down, but simply saying this is why the fuck we say what we say about Kwame Brown when it comes to the NBA, because this is what he did in the span of his 13-year career.
Punch at Adam Silver. I never seen punch at the power structure. He done put together
God.
a 6-7 minute tape on a man that you know, like, my God, you've been proven wrong. Just admit it. Then I would have some respect for you. That there's no accountability for himself, and then.
Oh my God. And you know what I just sat here and thought about, y'all? Who Jason Whitlock look like, y'all? Who Jason Whitlock look like, y'all? Who does Jason Whitlock look like to y'all? I know who he looks like to me, and it's not a coincidence. Who does he look like to y'all? Who does he look like to y'all? If you can't guess, to me, this dude looks like Carcino, y'all. Jason Whitlock look like Carcino. And look how Kwame's looking at him. Look at Kwame, man. Look at Kwame Brown looking at the guy, man.
And he's pretending to be strong when really his criticism is weak. That's my issue with Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my God.
I mean, Stephen A., like you said, he's just a character. And he can't get off that character because the only reason why people listen to him is because he seems so strong. And plus, they have advertising dollars behind him. Even now, you know, every time I get off of YouTube, when I go to scroll through a video, if I miss and touch my phone any kind of way, it'll either go to First Take or the Breakfast Club. So they're doctoring up these little algorithms to make these guys seem more important, to give the illusion that they actually better than they are. Stephen A. makes no sense on the way that he talks. Can you imagine respecting me as a man if I was to go and start talking about boxing because I watched boxing for 10, 15, 20 years, and now I start speaking about fighters?
No, but you do the same thing when you come in here on your channel and speak about politics and every other current event that goes on in the world, like a YouTuber does. That's what people on YouTube do, and you do it as well. Except Stephen A. Smith get paid good money to critique players on a professional level. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. And the only reason you got an issue with him because he critiqued you for how he saw you play on a gym floor at them games, and you ain't like it because he didn't sugarcoat it for you. He kept it a bean, and we all saw that you didn't play to your potential.
In a manner that's disrespectful to them and their family. And the only reason why I can do that is because I said I watched it, but you've never seen me in a fight. Would you respect me? So as a man,
not as much.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I wouldn't respect you as much as I would the opinions of the fighters that have actually been in the arena.
Yeah, somehow Stephen A. has found a way to get more respect than most of our athletes, most of our current and former athletes. It was disgusting to watch him disrespect Jalen Rose, a guy who was on the Fab Five, a guy who's an all-star, who was trying to tell him, hey, look, if he would have actually took the time to have a conversation and not that one-sided, aggressive, feminine tone that he used to where he overtalks a man, Jalen Rose was trying to tell him, hey, look, that's disrespectful.
Just be taking digs.
You're calling the man out of his name. You're not even calling him what his mama called him. You're calling Chris Bosh Bosh Spice. This is disrespectful. As a man, if we were in different times, these men, big, strong men that you're trying to emasculate to pretend like you're tough. Skip Bayless is what, 5'5"? If this was a time that we could, deal with people on a real man-to-man level, you wouldn't be able to talk to a man like that. And so we are so far removed from that we have men talking to men with a feminine tongue, which there's no consequence for because you can sue that man.
Because you can sue that man. We got men talking with an effeminate tongue to other men when you can sue that man. Come on, y'all. Didn't we just see Kwame Brown get a cease and desist by Gilbert Arenas because he was talking with an effeminate tongue? This is the king of projection, baby. That's why I love doing this. Because Kwame, there's no way around this shit. These documentations show us everything that we need to see and hear, my boy. Right. Michael Ben said, but Kwame is okay with spreading a lie about Stephen A. Smith and Jalen Rose's wife, Molly. Kwame just not a good individual. He's just a not so good individual.
Let me transition you to this. What would you do if you were still in the NBA and you played in New York and they're forcing this vaccine on you? What would you do?
I would do the same thing Kyrie is doing. I would say
no. The fuck you would not. No, you would not.
Why?
Because I would be skeptical of you trying to force me, first of all, to do something with my body. Secondly, I don't see the push for white athletes to come out and advocate for this donut shop. I like to call it donut shop because they get upset anytime you say the V word. But I don't see the white counterparts coming out to speak about it. And it hasn't proven. I have a friend. I used to be a barber. He used to cut my hair. He died and he was vaxxed and he was juggernauted and everything else, and he passed away from it. So it's not like this thing is proven to do what they say it's going to do. It's still in a trial phase. So with those three things, I just wouldn't be able to trust it. Especially just listening to Stephen A. this morning, he'd make you think that only black people is affected by it. He said when he walked into the nursing home, you see blacks dying, blacks this, black that. He didn't say this is affecting everybody. He just made it seem like it's a black thing.
Well, they try to control people through fear, and that's where.
And Kwame said all that shit for nothing again, y'all. The question was to Kwame was, what would you have done if you was still in the NBA and they was trying to push a vaccine on you? What would you do? And Kwame said all that and ended it with what Steven Jackson said about Kyrie. Kwame's comprehension skills are poor. He doesn't listen well at all. He just hears sound. He's not listening to what's being said or what he's hearing. And it shows because he don't answer no questions, but got all the questions. Inappropriate behavior.
My issue with the pandemic is like, hey man, if you have any understanding of history, we've gone through plagues worse than this. And I know that 700,000 people died. And I'm like, well, you do know, like, during the Spanish flu or what, there was probably 150 million less Americans than there are today. And so you can throw out this, oh my God, 700,000 people died, and not have the perspective like, yeah, there's a bunch more people here, and the accounting on who's dying from COVID is a bit different, I believe. And so I just think they're trying to scare all of us into staying in our homes and doing whatever the government tells us to do. And that's un-American to me.
Yeah, it's about that, and that's why I don't like this whole company
facts,
policy
Michael Ben.
thing. Like, they're going to use.
At this point, Michael Ben just talking and just, saying what he feels. No real questions for Kwame Brown. He just say something and just ask Kwame Brown to elaborate on it. Like I told y'all what kind of interview this was going to be, the style of interview was going to be. These guys clearly are homeboys. If you can hear it in their voice and how they look at each other in admiration, or how Kwame looks at Jason Whitlock in admiration. This shit funny.
Use every business to help control. They would rather put Americans out of work over a vaccination or over a donut shop that, like I said, hadn't proven to do anything. Why won't they do that with some of these other diseases that's out here that, there's no focus on anything else but this. And I think it's a part of a bigger picture and a bigger plan, like you said, to control everybody. Because if that's the case, if they're going to be able to just, anytime we have fear or anytime there's something to be fearful about, they could just start taking our rights away. What's to stop them from doing it every time?
Kwame, I've argued that Tom Brady should be the person that Kyrie is actually being. That if Tom Brady stood up to the NFL, because it would be hard to convince me that Tom Brady actually took this vaccine. I'm sorry. I just can't believe the way this guy has controlled everything that goes into his body, that he actually took this vaccine.
Y'all notice, and this is supposed to be an interview for Kwame, but this dude, Jason Whitlock, doesn't have any questions for Kwame. These dudes is literally just sitting having a conversation of how they will probably talk behind the scenes, but for the public to see.
But they say he took it. whatever. It's hard for me to believe. But I wish that someone with his level of accomplishment, there's nothing left for him to prove as an athlete. I wish that he would step out here. And again, one of the things you're talking about, the difference between black and white athletes, is that black athletes are demanded. You've got to be more than an athlete. You have to stand for all these societal issues.
Right,
and
Michael,
there's no pressure on white athletes. And damn
Oh,
it, Tom
my
Brady should be under some pressure to stand up for these people, black and white, who have nobody speaking out for them other than Kyrie, that don't want to take this vaccine. I think if Brady went out, he would become as important as Muhammad Ali was. And I think what Kyrie's done, and I know that I anticipate at some point Kyrie's going to fold or whatever and go play in the NBA and get that money. And I still think what Kyrie's doing is nearly as courageous as what Muhammad Ali did. And I wish that Tom Brady had those kind of testicles.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
Why do you wish that Tom Brady had those kind of testicles to do something? If he gonna do it, he gonna do it. That will make you happy, bro? Are you vaccinated? Because people that be doing and saying all that, they do all that just to be the ones. I don't even know what's going on here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Is this even still an interview?
It's not even a push for it. I asked in New York, where's Tom Brady? Where's Aaron Rodgers? You mean to tell me all these guys just said, okay, I'll get it? Like, no, they expect white men to make their own decision. They think that white people are smarter and they can make their own decision as a whole. With black folks, we still need that leader. We still need that leader that they give us. And they gave us LeBron, they gave us Kyrie. Anybody with a big, large platform, like Nicki Minaj, if you speak out against something that they say, somehow you're crazy or you're misinformed.
See, and this is the point I'm missing too. Like, you had a big platform, bro. You had over 425,000 people following you on YouTube. And you did not use that platform the way you're saying they had used it to make it big enough to help other people. Since you were a voice and people could hear you, you didn't use your platform in that manner when you got it. So who are you to tell somebody that has that platform what they need to do when you actually had that opportunity at one point and people followed you? I mean, people subscribed to you and you dropped the ball.
Giving out misinformation. So I just don't understand why people can't see it. There's no protections for people who do speak out. So that's why so many people either stay quiet or they just go along to get along.
I got two more questions and I'm gonna let you go, let you get on with your day. Dave Chappelle, I loved what he did in his stand-up comedy routine for Netflix. And again, I wrote about you, Dave Chappelle, and Kyrie Irving, taking these bold stances and being inspiring. Did you watch Chappelle's comedy routine and what were your thoughts?
Yes, I did. I thought it was classic Dave Chappelle. I mean, they liked it when he was talking about people that they didn't like. They was agreeing with him then. They say he was brilliant then. Dave has always been able to push the line and he does it better than anybody. He's the guy who can put truth in a joke in a way where it's like, wow, it's shocking and it's funny. And then it'll make some people like, whoa, I don't know whether to laugh. Let me look around first. So he's the greatest at doing that. And so I think the way he put it, that I'm not going to make any more jokes about you guys until I'm sure we're laughing together, because that's supposed to be the ultimate goal. It's supposed to be all inclusive. But it seems like the way that we're going, it's not all inclusive. It's only going to be certain things you can say and certain people you can talk about. So hopefully what Dave Chappelle did was show that comedians still have that right to put truth in a joke, because that's the only place that was still safe to bring us all together, like I said. But if they take that away, I don't know what type of society is going to be. I guess everybody's going to be at the psychiatrist ordering pills for their depression, because you can't laugh, can't go outside, you got to wear a mask, you can't gather. It's
The same way you treat people, Kwame, that have an opinion about you. You don't let people to have an idea outside of yours. You're describing everything that you do, bro, and projecting on other people. That's why that shit be content gold, my boy. Every time, every time.
like, man, what are we turning into?
Colt.
We'll end on this note, Kwame. I want to ask you about just beef in general, and I want your philosophy. You people say, oh, his channel is built around him beefing with other black personalities or celebrities. What is your philosophy as it relates? You and I have talked, privately about, Dr. Boyce Watkins. I think he actually likes and supports what you're doing. I hope that somehow you guys could have some sort of peace, because I actually think you're on the same team. But I've seen, I got mixed thoughts on Tommy Sotomayor. I get why you and him have a problem, and I understand it. But anyway, your thoughts on just beef and how it plays into your channel and just your personality as it relates to people that you feel have said anything that disrespects you.
These guys don't really have beef. I think we use that terminology too loosely. I come from a neighborhood in an area that if you had beef with somebody, you would know it, because they would make their business to find you and see you. What they're doing.
Oh my fucking goodness. Y'all hear this nigga? He's had all these disagreements and quote unquote beefs with people, and he never made it his business to actually see those people. Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, they all asked you to come pull up at the podcast, and if you still wanted to fight, Matt Barnes offered you the fade before or after the show, and you declined and kept talking about that man even more online. That's just one instance. That's all I need just to debunk that shit you just said. Trying to save face, but your track records say different, my boy.
Is they're riding a wave of algorithms. If
my
you
God.
talk about Kwame Brown right now, especially a few months back, you're going to get hundreds of thousands of views. So that's all what these guys are doing.
Well, shit.
They don't care what
I'm
they got
waiting.
to say. They don't care what they have to do. And most people, they don't even try to find out what actually started the problem. It's just whoever likes Dr.
And that's a lie too. Because that's what started my whole journey on this right here, y'all. To actually find out the actual problem. That's why if you check all my blogs, I go from the perspective of the person he has an issue with, and Kwame's perspective of that person. And I let you, the viewer, figure out who was wrong in the situation, but I bring both perspectives to the forefront and give my critiques on both of them, and leave it up to y'all to figure out where the situation came from. So again, Kwame, my boy, you lost that one.
Boyce Watkins, and because who he's connected to, it doesn't matter what I say. And Dr. Boyce Watkins understood that, and that's why when I first came into YouTube, I said we have a sector of men to like to stand on other men's shoulders. because Dr. Boyce would have been okay with me if I embraced him with open arms when he was trying to email and text me. He would have been my buddy. Yeah, he can come up under me, and I would have been doing interviews with that sector.
And that's definitely not how it went. You like to just assume. See, that's where you fuck up at, Kwame. Assumptions. And the first three letters of that word is an ass. You make an ass out of yourself making them assumptions, my boy. Well, you could just simply have a conversation as a man, like you always say. Give complete thoughts. What's on your mind? Any disagreements? Y'all can hash it out or agree to disagree, but it's still a conversation that men had. But no, you like beef.
And then I wouldn't be able to have the voice that I have now and say the things in the way that I want to say it. I didn't come to YouTube trying to be friendly with everybody because I recognize that there's a problem. The people that everyone's saying is good, I just see them that they're not. I didn't begin talking about voice.
See, yeah, he a hater. He said everybody that say everybody good, he just see them as they not. That's some hating shit right there. God damn, hate.
Watkins. Boyce Watkins began talking about me. Boyce Watkins compared me to Jim Jones, who is a psychopathic terrorist, in my opinion.
He was just looking at your stability, your mind, like how you think, by what come out your mouth. And he's seen the patterns. So that's why he made that comparison, Kwame. What is wrong with you? And this is YouTube, man. People blog on whatever it is they want to blog on. Stop being so sensitive. Just like how you blog on other people when you ain't got no business speaking on what their situations. It's the same thing, bro. Again, 1 minute you want to be a public figure, and the other day, and then tomorrow you want to be a bust. You gotta pick your battle, my boy.
I don't know how you draw those conclusions of a man you never met. So I just fired back, and I met his fire with fire. And in our society, we're so used to somebody saying, "Oh well."
The same dude just not too long ago, a few days ago, that kicked George Macon off of his panel because Kwame don't like people that know how to articulate their words and express complete thought. Kwame likes to seem like he's the smartest in the room and what he says is law. And if you go against or give pushback to what he say, then he's going to be petty enough to not even hear what you got to say and to let you say what you say for the time he allots you. And then when you're done, well, I got to give you pushback because I don't agree with you, all because you didn't agree with him. But he's just going to disagree just to be petty. Some little boy shit. He like little boy games. He play little boy games. This isn't an adult we're dealing with, y'all. For as far as 40 years old, the 40 is just a number.
He talked about you take the high road. That's not what men do that I've been around. You talk about me, I talk about you. And another thing they say is, "Oh, he's been quiet for 20 years." I wasn't necessarily quiet. I took my lumps and got in trouble for the things that I said to the people who I said it to. It's just that we didn't have media platforms that we have now when I was playing. They wasn't as big. And so I don't understand how you can say that my channel.
Okay. So cell phones wasn't as big at around the time in 2001. Okay, you have a strong case for that. But my man, you was quiet for 20 years after that. You could have picked up a phone. Technology had advanced since then. You could have picked up a phone and expressed how you feel, which you already did on your Facebook and your YouTube, like you always say. But once that one video that went viral with you talking shit about personal shit amongst peers that you play with in the NBA, and that did it for you, here's the result of that. So you wasn't just quiet, you was talking, just nobody heard you. But now that it's a light shed on you in your YouTube, people can hear you. But now that you talk so much and to say things you say, nobody want to hear you again now. But I want to hear you because I love this.
Was a beef channel, when I even said this is quicksand and that people were going to come to me, and one by one Charlemagne the God talked about me. This is after two people started talking about me, which is Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Somehow the #1 draft pick finally made it to the Breakfast Club. My whole and 2 or 3 of my family members. I was so unimportant.
Right, Chicago defense. He'll boot you right off. He'll ignore you and boot you right off his panel. What y'all saying in this comment section, y'all? He said because he figured out at this point Kwame is just a mannequin. Yeah, he's just a shell of a person. He's just the vessel. You probably don't know this about Jason Whitlock, but he was wow, really? Yeah, just the way this guy talk, he just I don't know. It's like he a shock jock type dude. Seemed like it, just from just watching this and telling Kwame he right and all that shit. Kwame ass wrong as shit. Salute checking.
In the league to make the Breakfast Club for making history, but I made it because my father killed a woman.
And that's what I want to say too. Okay, you ain't technically make it. I mean, your topic, you made it as far as topic wise, but you didn't go on the show, which you should have went on the show, bruh. You should have made a whole press run with everything you were saying. You should have just made a press run, telling your story and everything. But no, instead you rather talk shit some more, burn bridges, and blame other people for the choices that you made with your own life, Kwame. Congratulations.
And I made it because my brother killed a woman, and I argued with 2 people on a podcast that a guy on their show owns a part of. So it's all a game. And Dr. Boyce, he's intertwined with that umbrella with Charlemagne the God as well. And, so it's all a game. Everybody who's connected to Charlemagne the God, these guys.
And his head so fucked up, and he be so paranoid. He think everything a game, and the only one that be playing games is him. Kwame, the only person playing games, cause he don't live in reality. He too busy playing games.
Guys went on different podcasts that Charlemagne was connected to, Big Facts podcast, and all these different podcasts, and they tried to verbally attack me. And when that didn't work, they sicked the YouTube hounds on me. So they don't want truth in our society no more. They don't want men that's going to stand up and fight back and say, no, you're wrong. And you guys are a bunch of clowns, and here's why. And it's easily to prove that they're clowns. Just listen to them talk. And it wasn't me. My channel is not a beef channel. My channel is for these kids.
Your channel is not for the kids. We don't see not one kid on your channel. You didn't have kids on when you did the shoe drive. We did see some kids when you had them turkeys on the floor at that church, and you was picking them turkeys off the ground and giving them to people. We saw that. What else? I'm speaking for me. With instances I saw you around kids. I don't know, man. Kwame, you just talking, my boy. Your channel is a beef channel. You don't even look up the good thing. You don't even pay attention to your actual subscribers. You pay more attention to detractors than actually trying to please the people that actually subscribe to you with content. Your content is geared towards your detractors, Kwame. That's how fucked up your mind is, bro. And then you pay attention to detractors, and you don't even pull nothing from what they saying. You just again listening to respond. No, you're hearing to respond. Listening is the to actually understand. Hearing is just to hear the sound. You just know you hear sound. Like you hear the person talking, the kind of person you are, you petty, you'll pick out keywords from what they said, missing the whole full understanding of everything in its entirety, and pick out that one thing and spin it around and create a whole nother argument or debate or be argumentative like a weak man. Salute Dorothy Brown. How you doing now? Welcome. Right, check-in. All he does is beef. This dude is crazy as hell. Dude ain't right.
To show that if you want to be an individual, you have to stay away from people like that. There's a lot of kids that they want to be individuals. When I got drafted, and you might know this guy, I'll say his initials, uh, WS, WWS. Do you know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
of course, worldwide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So as soon as I got drafted, he come up to me, you gonna need me. I'm like, who are you? Don't worry about all that. You gonna need me. I'm gonna need you for what? And then once I start doing my investigation on who he is, can't really find anything. But he's connected to every player, and I just thought that's weird. And it's a couple guys like that, and it's a couple women like that that I've met that I just simply said no to. That somehow I became public enemy number one. And there's a lot of children that have to go through that. And people don't understand what I'm actually saying. This is bigger than that. And if they take a deeper dive and look at these black athletes when they're done playing from a financial side, the first thing Billy Hunter's son used to ask us is, who's watching your money?
What's up, checking? He said, what does he mean about being an individual? He has never given details. Whitlock has the straight face. Does he believe Kalo? No. Again, we got to remember the whole premise of this interview. This was a year ago. Kwame has gone viral. So pretty much everywhere he goes is going to it's going to do numbers. It's for content. That's why Jason Whitlock just letting this man talk, and then Jason Whitlock is explaining his views of how he look at shit, and he asking Kwame little questions here and there. But again, this is for views clearly, because he's not asking Kwame Brown any real questions. He just let Kwame Brown go on a rant and just talk, because that's all Kwame doing at this point, just talking.
These players are talking about being black and having a black power and black pride. They don't know where their money is. My number one thing to tell these guys is they better get their money. I don't care who your financial advisor is, go get your money. You better start investing it into your community.
Kwame Brown giving investment tips, y'all. Kwame Brown giving investment tips. This man is clearly talking because it's free. What is he saying right now, y'all?
And don't give your money to anybody else ever again. And then you got to start thinking black. You got to get a conscious mind, not to say white people are less than, but white people they lift their own people up first. And I don't think we do that. We always go take our.
Kwame stay holding black people to white people standards. Always talking about how white people live their life. What white people do, how white people handle the situation, what black people need to do. If you listen to Kwame never speaks about black people in a positive light, ever. It's always in some stereotypical way of making it seem like that be the nigga way of doing things all the time. That's Kwame, man. He don't be have nothing good to say about black people.
Money and give it to somebody else, and then at the end of the day we turn back around and say, oh, what happened? And so it's a lot. It's a system that's running, and the people that want to say all these things about me, they know I'm right, and they just don't want to deal with the ugly truth of the matter.
No, that's you.
Kwame, you're just as smart as I thought. And maybe a tad smarter, and I had really high expectations. But
Kwame, he said, Kwame, you're just as smart as I thought. Like I had high expectations, but boy, you've exceeded them. You with your wisdom, Kwame. You know this motherfucker lying like shit.
I grew up at my father's bar, the Masterpiece Lounge, Indianapolis, Indiana. Bunch of guys, high school educated. These guys were brilliant. And common sense is so valuable and it's in such short supply. And man, you just emote common sense and instincts and I don't even want to call.
He said Kwame emotes common sense. We talking about the same man that did an interview with Doggy Diamonds and was trying to live stream on his end, but he couldn't because it was an echo on his end. So Doggy Diamonds said, you know what? Just tell all your people to come on my side to hear the interview, and I'll send you the audio later. You know what? That's a good idea. All right, everybody, you want to hear the interview? Go on over to Doggy Diamonds channel, subscribe. It's a subscribers only chat, so you got to subscribe first. But that's the only way you can hear the interview from an old busty bus. So head over there now and proceeds to put the fucking live on mute. His subscribers watched his interview on his end, on his channel on mute, and had to go to Doggy Diamond's channel and watch the interview with sound. Common sense. Bless his little heart. He is an old busty bus. He emotes common sense. Jason Whitlock, if you say Kwame Brown emotes emotes common sense, then Jason Whitlock, where's your level of intelligence to think Kwame emotes common sense when Kwame doesn't have any kind of common sense? Yeah, he could have had two devices. He just could have had another phone on his end doing an interview, and then the other phone doing the actual on his phone on one end, or his chat, and of course his channel. Then the other phone, he's doing the interview. Yeah, he could have just had two phones. Yeah, Jason Whitlock, I don't know, man. This was terrible.
All the street knowledge, but just
street knowledge,
just common sense. And man, I appreciate it. I'm going to tell you flat.
But what he didn't say is common sense ain't common. Everybody don't got common sense. And usually the people that don't have common sense be the ones in the motherfucking way. Instead of moving aside and getting the fuck out of the way, they stay in the motherfucking way, thinking they know everything like this clown do, Kwame Brown. Fucking up a bag, trying to trick niggas off their platform. Need to get the fuck out the way and make room for motherfuckers that's actually trying to build and make moves, and to protect people like this, like himself, that's foolish and don't know no better. Because God only protect babies and fools. You got to be really out here operating on a different. So you really have to put shit together and move accordingly. I mean, one fuck up, you're done. Sometimes in out here, I just don't understand how. Well, I understand how a person like Kwame just don't understand it because it's a mental block there. He's not all the way there, and being that he's not all the way there, he tries to project that on somebody else when the whole time it's him that don't have the understanding. Michael Ben said at this point, Jason Whitlock is just like he practicing in the mirror for a better interview. Salute Crystal Facts. Checking said, oh, Checking laughing. She said, 100. Right. Well, see, I don't know too much about Jason Whitlock's platform, y'all, like I was saying, but I pulled this interview just to give y'all some more documentation. Like y'all know how I always speak about documentation of Kwame Brown and the script that he uses on this particular interview. Because if you notice, he uses the same script. The answers are always the same, and you pretty much know what you're going to get with Kwame Brown. It's documented, y'all. All y'all got to do is just pull up my videos. Shit.
That out, bro. I am going to stand on your shoulders because you're lifting up some masculine energy that
Whoa, pause. Whoa. Kwame said he don't like men that stand on other men's shoulders. And then he laughed when Jason Whitlock just said he want to stand on his shoulders. Kwame, which one is it? The hypocrisy. It's disgusting. And I can't take this shit no more. This dude, Jason Whitlock, he literally told Kwame he's standing on his shoulders and Kwame is okay. He laughed at the statement, but said it was okay when he just said in an interview he don't like other men that stand on other men's shoulders. He didn't have to tell him that. He could have just said he support Kwame, not he want to stand on Kwame's shoulders. And again, I'm sitting here watching this interview like this, like me, like we watching this all at the same time. I never seen this before. And Jason Whitlock has said so many pause-worthy things in his interview. I mean, I don't go around just saying pause when niggas say suspect stuff. But sometimes when stuff be so suspect, you can't help but to say pause. And this dude been saying pause-worthy stuff this whole interview. The fuck is going on? That's what I was saying. Like, y'all see Kwame's face, like how he look at this dude? I told y'all Kwame got a type. This man resembles Carcino. Talking about baby mama bodies. He got a baby mama body.
I just want to amplify And sometimes, people, I'm an old dude, I'm 54, but I don't mind following in behind young people.
See, and he fit Kwame description. Because Carcino about 50 plus? Short, fat guy that agree with everything Kwame say? Oh yeah, Kwame like him. Kwame got a type. Short, fat guys is the type that he like. Kwame got a type. Short, fat guys is the guys that he like. Man, this dude Kwame, man.
And
I respect
you got to get in.
But listen, though, as an elder, you're going to be able to articulate things in a way that I'm not going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to reach a broader audience that may not listen to me. And so that's what it's about. My message is not about me getting all the accolades and all the credit. I think.
Yeah, your message is beef, and you trying to trick black men off their platform and off their square with your police ass ratatouille force games. You ratatouille motherfucker. Yes, Kwame definitely wants to be babied and pampered. That's why he chooses the interviews and platforms that he go on. He probably send these folks, but again, they've said in this interview that they talk behind the scenes numerous times. So that's quite obvious that these guys talk quite often. They don't just talk on the phone. These niggas video call each other. They don't talk unless it's a video call. And then they get upset with each other if they don't video call each other. They think somebody got an attitude. Like, he called him and be like, you all right? Yeah, what's wrong? Cuz you didn't video call me. You called me regular. You don't regular call me. Look at Kwame up there pitching woo on the interview. Didn't I tell you about that pitching woo on the interview? Oh, they don't call him Jangle Leg. They call him Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg. Go by Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg. Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg. Bus Leg, Bus Leg, Bus Leg. Your hand soft like a lady. Kwame Brown, didn't I tell you don't pitch woo in the interview? Kwame got a goddamn tight, boy. Oh my fucking goodness, man. Oh, Kwame Brown.
I think everybody should share in the conversation and take out what you think are key points that you can expound on. And then now we're having a bigger, louder, broader conversation. And then now we can affect and help real change. And these kids need to have an opportunity. There's no reason we're teaching critical race theory in school. That's a theory.
Critical race theory. We need to be
teaching STEM. We need to be teaching coding and trade, something that we can do the research to show this is what will help these children. And I just don't get why we won't do that. The next
Kwame ass always be talking about trading and coding, man. The only coding this motherfucker know how to do is give people code names and shit. He don't even call out his ops by name. He give him a code name and shit with his childish kitty ass. He called it Skinny Gummy. First it was Gummy. Now I stayed drunk. Then Gilbert came. He was saying his name. Then he figured like he gonna get him a code name. So when if y'all over here in my channel, don't say any names or I'm gonna boot you. We don't say names. this is the designated code name for this person, so we know who we talking about. So he got everybody that's Kwame saying that shit when they come up on the panel. Yeah, because when you were saying the things about you were saying about state drunk, and I ain't appreciate that. Because state drunk worked for head of state. And that's where I got a problem with, because head of state cool with Becky with the good hair, who also cool with Captain Jack. And Captain Jack cool with that script reading Stephen A. Smith, who also is cool with that patch-eyed demon, who also cool with that nigga with the baby mama body. And I'm really mad because the situation everybody got paid. But everybody only got paid because they was buck dancing. It's a kiddo ass nigga. This nigga ain't a kid. He a kiddo. Yeah, he'll call their name and then say this the code name. I ain't gonna say your name, Gil. Oh shit, I wasn't gonna say your name. Head of state. Boy, shut up. Boy, shut up. Boy, shut up. Yeah, grown man body with a baby mind. Michael being crazy. Yo, all types of songs for this dude, man. Yeah, everybody got paid because they were buck dancing. Everybody got paid. And the whole time, the people getting paid is the people that motherfuckers was running scams on. Kwame got paid. Damn D got paid. Carcino got paid. Queen Regina ain't. Just that triangle got paid.
Election, I don't want to hear nothing about race. I want to hear something about STEM going into these schools, coding and trades going into these schools. Otherwise, stop telling me kids are the future. Just tell me that you're using these kids for a prison to pipeline and juvenile detention centers and things.
Man, the way Kwame talk about kids, I wouldn't bring no motherfucking kids around Kwame. You got me fucked up. This big 7-foot weirdo, loner, spaced out nigga. I wouldn't bring no kids around Kwame. If my child was to have brought a permission slip to go on a field trip and they be like they going to meet a ex NBA star or whatever, and I'm like, who is it? And they say Kwame. Hell no, you ain't going. As a matter of fact, you're calling out sick. Matter of fact, I'm calling your principal. You shouldn't be around kids. I want a PTA meeting. We didn't discuss this at the PTA meeting. Right? He just contradicts the fuck out of himself. Trading always been in schools. Kwame, what are you talking about? Trading and coding and any type of skill set, a trade, has been in schools, bro. I went to a vocational school when I was in high school, so it's been around. You just have to first you have to talk to your guidance counselor. Did you ever talk to your guidance counselor, son? Fuck.
Like that, because that's the only thing that's happening.
Wake up! Y'all saw that? Jason Whitlock was asleep. That nigga said, yeah, Kwame. So everything you said checks out. I don't know why they mess with you, Kwame. You're very intelligent. You got a lot of common sense, and you strike me as a guy that knows exactly what he needs to do to get it done. And you know he sleep too, because his chin was inside his daggone chest.
Hey, man, anytime you want to come on the show, please let me know.
AKA, all right, Kwame, I'm done talking to your ass. I didn't let you talk too long. We got these views. Appreciate your ass for coming up here, nigga. I'll talk to your ass again in February. February 31st.
Anything I can do to support you, I've said it over social media, and I'll say
February
it again.
32nd.
We must protect Kwame at all costs, and
we must protect Kwame at all costs. See the agenda that these people are pushing? Why we must protect Kwame when Kwame ain't trying to protect nobody else? Kwame is trying to protect Kwame. All because he talked on a cell phone and went viral on the internet? Nigga, fuck is you saying? But I know what it's about. Just like you know what it's about. Because I know that you know what I know. That's why I ain't got to say it, because I know that you know what I know. Because I know that you know. Because you know that I know that you know. That's why we know. Oh,
I'm gonna be part of that Fruit of Islam for Kwame, standing around in a bow tie, willing to take people out if they come for you. So,
oh my God. Then you just saying you'll put your life on the line for Kwame? Kwame got a type. Short, fat guys is the men that he like. Kwame got a type. Short, fat men are the men that he like. Short, fat guys is the men that he like.
thank you, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
And I forgot to
All right,
put my
that's
music on too,
Kwame
y'all.
Brown. That was everything that I expected to get.
Yeah, it was everything you expected to get, because Kwame sent you the questions. Plus, you and Kwame didn't send you questions. Y'all video called before y'all did this actual interview and put it on for us. But you, Capitron, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Sitting up there, I'm about to roast your motherfucking ass. Look at you, man. You look crazy. You look like a talking raisin. Your face is fat as hell. You got a bell pepper nose. You look like Papa Carcino, Papa Pigcino. You look like you could be an extra in Peppa Pig. Where's your neck? You got a 5 chin. Uh, you just Kwame's tight, man. Kwame, he a, he a man cougar. Like, he a man cougar. Look, he praying on Kwame. he, he praying on Kwame, boy. He said, if I tell him everything he need to hear, he he might give me a jersey too. Because you know, Carcino got the home jersey, the home Wizards Kwame Brown jersey, and Damn D got the away Kwame Brown Wizards jersey. So he trying to get the Wizards Kwame Brown alternate. Look at this motherfucker, man. This motherfucker head is, look at his head. And his face full of joy from talking to Kwame Brown. Kwame got a type. He like them old ass, short, fat men that like to trick money on them. And Kwame be going hotel to hotel with these type men. Like he was laying in bed with another man on live trying to diss another person that look like water. The dude next to Kwame said, "No, that don't look like water." Kwame, Kwame, Kwame got a type. Short, fat guys is the men that he like. Hey, hey, look, man, y'all about to make me turn that shit into a goddamn bop on their ass. Hey, fuck around, man. I get in the studio, man, and make a Kwame diss record. Kwame Brown, old funny ass. That nigga Kwame is a boy. And he be talking all the shit in the world. That boy just is sweet. That boy Kwame sweeter than Project Kool-Aid. Kwame sweeter than Project Kool-Aid. And you know Project Kool-Aid, motherfuckers put the whole picture of sugar in the goddamn picture. They be like, what flavor is that? Red? Kwame sweeter than red Project Kool-Aid. Oh my God, man. Oh my fucking goodness. And this Ditsy Doodle nigga right here, he look hand drawn too. Is he even real? But yeah, as y'all can see, another Cap interview. Motherfucking Kwame Brown, Capatron, with the assistance of somebody that's even more Cap than him, trying to work in cahoots to push a narrative as if Kwame Brown isn't who he showed us who he is. These people be trying hard to cover up Kwame Brown's shit, but they know Kwame Brown ain't shit, you know, and I'm proving that with all the documentation that I do daily for you all to see. So again, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. That was Kwame Brown Talks Beefs and ESPN on Fearless with Jason Whitlock. Let's go. This is the 50th video, y'all. A lot more work to go. I'm at 50 videos, y'all. Damn. At the halfway mark to 100. We lit. Again, I love this journey. I love y'all. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody that's been supporting the channel. More content on the way, y'all. I had fun tonight. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Salute. Goddamn salute, yo. Salute to y'all, man. Let me go down the chat and, you know, get my shout outs. Salute checking, of course. Salute Crystal Williams. Salute Michael Ben. Salute That Way Podcast. Salute Dorothy Brown. Salute Redan. Salute Meaty Riley. Salute Chicago Defense. Make sure I try to get chat, you know. Everything healthy. That's what about. Everything healthy. So dope. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. That's catchy. So dope with that. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. Appreciate that. Thank y'all. Like, listen, like I told y'all, I'm loving this journey, y'all. And we got more work to do. More draws to kicking asses. In the words of Kwame. More draws to kicking asses. We got more draws to kicking asses. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video, like the previous video. Leave me a comment, because when you holler back. Always love a good healthy debate. You know, I'm always open to people with the opposing thought. We can have a conversation, and you know what's funny? I've had people come over with intent to try to have me say some shit or write a comment that they think is going to get me, you know, in my feelings or trigger me. Or no, I'm going to politely read your comment. Especially, like I said, most people that support us of Kwame Brown, they come with all types of proofreading errors, or be trying to be in the most disrespectful, but try to disrespect me in the most worst way. And I just simply just tell them, well, depending on how they approach me, I tell them something logical, and they usually bring that shit down, you know. But nevertheless, appreciate the chat. Salute to you. Another good show, another great chat as always. Oh So Dope Live. Oh So Dope. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Like the previous video. Put down your thoughts down in the comment section. Salute to the chat again, man. Y'all are motherfucking lit. Also Dope Live. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all been beautiful. Again, take care of yourself when I'm gone, y'all. Y'all been beautiful.
Factuals. I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or is it Say she rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we grooving. Yeah. Bitch, I told you once before, it ain't no playing with me. Try it on another nigga who ain't nothing like me. If them hoes still talking, let them hoes talk. Get your money, play the cut, they tryna get caught. It's a price on anything, even pussy. That's why I need a full payment for your cookies. My bottom bitch, she understand she ain't a rookie. She collect my money too and bring it to me. I was blessed with a mouth where I put hands on the floor. Soak up all this game, G, let it sit and get porous. If they hate, let them hate, they gon' hate to the core. Instead of hating, get some paper and don't look for rewards. She stuffing all that killer in a raw cone. My way on chill, cooling in another time zone. Every time I write something, I be mind blown. It makes sense, a nigga gotta set the right tone. I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or is it Say she rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we grooving. Yeah, keep it G, that's the way to be. When you moving free, bitch, please
please better have my money when you come to me. Got it honest, pimpin' in my blood, it ain't hard to see. Driving slow with my seat back, playing sugar free. She know I got a fine taste for some chocolate, but money tastes better gone in my wallet. I catch a nap on the spot, Rasheed Wallace. Then waking up to the grind, being honest. I need my motherfucking ends. I need that right now, love. Let's not pretend. Since you are on, baby, put on your friend. Tell her she is worthy of making me ends. Say it ends twice, cause I love the money. Staying away from all the snakes, cause they moving funny. Little bitch, Steph ain't never been a dummy. Say the tears, so I'ma need all my money. I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or residue say. She rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we grooving. Yeah. God damn, baby. Got me over here waiting and shit. I got this whole thing playing in my head. For real, baby. I told my baby boo, don't keep me waiting. I'm ready to beat it up, it's overdue. I'm running out of patience. I wanna skeet it up. Bring your pretty ass round here with no panties on. Fuck Netflix, we'll make our own flicks. Oh my God, I wanna hear you moan. I told you, put your legs on my shoulders, baby. Now I'm going deeper, you feel me? Baby, you know I like to beat it. We be having sweaty sex. You know I like to eat it while you rubbing on my neck. You Krispy Kremed on my beard. Yummy. Yes, I love it here. Factual. When you tell me fuck you and scream my name, that's music to my ears. Yes, I'll nibble on your ear. Start licking on your flesh, then take my tongue down your body, baby. I'm licking up your sweat. You love them back shots, I love giving them. This dick you done came on, on Wesley Pipes, love. I'm tearing that pussy up with my shades on. Better give me all of that pussy, yeah. Like that. I'm going for the KO, shit. Fight back. This nasty weather got me nasty. You my dinner plate, I'll never drown. I love to eat with you, just sitting on my face. Them legs a shake while I'm being greedy. Got you saying shit, you hopping up so fast. You wanna taste yourself, so give me a kiss. Ooh, I love that shit. Girl, you such a nasty bitch. I'm just spitting on them titties, then I'm licking up that shit. Then I'm spitting in your mouth, and I'm giving you a kiss. Pin your body against the wall, let's put a hole inside this shit. Yes, I can't control myself, I'm such a horn dog. I just wanna fill your buns with my corn dog. The camera rolling, baby, let's just get this porn off. Finish me off with nothing but head, like I'm Zordon. Windows up, can you hear it raining out? Shit down, rain on you? Okay, open up your mouth. Fuck me good, baby. Can you wear me out? I'll fuck you good, baby. I'ma wear you out. I blow my mind each and every time with the shit I write. Just keep giving y'all sections of my life. That's all. Can't make this shit up. Ooh, I'm taking chances when I pull out of my driveway. Factual. On the way to the money, on the highway. Factual. It feels different. Trust me, I know love. I know you used to dealing with scrubs. Not me though. Still the same Magneto. My Spanish homie veggies always magnifico. Shit, this my reinvented flow. Got her soaking up the panties cause of what I roll. Ralph Lauren, winter jacket, I don't care the quote. I just know I'm sauced down either way it goes. Listen, baby, purple, rain, ziplock. She's a rider and knows how to keep her lips locked. Life comes with more challenges than TikTok. Shit, everything backwards, worth the crisscross. This a canvas and I'm painting, split splash. In my fadeaway game like Raptors Chris Bosh. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it down, baby. vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it, break it, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, listen, baby. I'm cool as a freezer set to 0 below. My game chilly, penguins consider me bro. Stove run, in the rain. Nike pocket nights, I pocket twice the profits. I prophesied that I spoke the life. Factual. In Las Vegas, papered up with a taper cut. She shocked I beat the pussy up. My dick really tastes the slut. I'm on the money run, baby boo, the fuck's up. Your wig stiff as hell, so how the fuck you stuck up? Bitch. Don't correct the fool, why? Or he will hate you. Factual. Correct a wise man and he'll appreciate you. Factual. That shows growth from that person you were yesterday. Right. Work hard, play harder, what they always say. I'm Gucci, trying to turn my life into a movie. My chocolate bunny looking scrumptious in his two-piece. Niggas is characters, goofy. I'm staying sucker free, enjoying good sushi. Break it down, break it, break it, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it, break it, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it, break it, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby. Break it down, break it, break it, break it down, baby. Break the vegetables down, baby.